Man. So, ticket. It seems you was right about a couple things.
I'm right about a lot. Let's get into it, bro.
You want to talk about it? I really don't want to talk about it, but if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it.
You hit me up last night early in the game, and then you didn't hit me back after the final result. You didn't hit back the final ball. So what happened?
You see some things that happen.
Right, what happened in the third quarter, man? Inquiring minds would like to know, Ron.
Somebody was injured and they came back and things changed, you know? You know how that happens. Things change. Game runs, you know?
Yeah, man. It's looking bad for you, man. The season's on the line in game 3, Ron. You lose game 3. It's over. Can't cry about the refs. You know, a lot of different things, Ron. A lot of different things, man. But when you hit your wagon to a guy like, that jabroni, you hit your wagon to that young boy that ain't ready for prime time yet. He had 31 last night. What are you doing?
He didn't look ready for prime time last night.
What are you doing in the second half?
He played all right.
Yeah, well, I mean, what did Halliburton? I mean, it's fun when you're beating up on a depleted Bucks team, and you're doing all the dancing and the fake game time watches and broken watches and things like that. But then when you're actually playing against a team that plays defense, yeah, Ron, they up against it, man. I hear a lot of crying about the refs, man. A lot of complaining, and it's looking bad for you right now. Quite frankly, dog. I don't know what you're gonna do.
We're gonna come back to Indy and we're gonna stand on biz.
I don't know if that's obtainable, to be honest with you, Ron.
You don't think we'll have 8 players on the court in Indy?
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that
3 in stripes.
I'm saying that you guys have not been able to keep control of the pace of the game, which is what they want to do. The only thing Indiana wants to do is play fast and outscore you, and that's not going to work against great teams. Great teams are not going to let you do that. Great teams are not going to let you, just play as fast as you want all the time. Great teams are going to slow the pace of the tempo down. They're going to play how they want to play. And the Knicks have shown you. The Knicks have shown all of us, man. Jalen Brunson has shown all of us, bro. He's incredible. And the Knicks, Tibbs is, he's an incredible coach, man.
Ron, you started practice. You started practice before we showed up. Is that what you're doing? You started practice early? Is that what y'all doing?
No, we started the game without y'all. We didn't have to
you basically started the game with, so we basically running up, like pulling on our jerseys and all of that.
Well, you didn't miss nothing but a funeral. Pacer funeral. I mean, because listen, bro, for all of the glaze and stuff like that Ron has put on Holly, he was nowhere to be found in the second half of that game. You know what I'm saying? And all I'm hearing from Rick Carlisle is a bunch of crying about fouls. I'm not hearing about how these guys, are getting roughed up and toughed up in this series. You know what I'm saying? All they're doing is crying about fouls. And
which is what they're crying about, getting roughed up and fouls. I mean, I'm sorry. Josh Hart almost pushed Halliburton into the front row. He almost pushed him into the Knicks bench, and they didn't get a call on that. But I think that they're doing this.
You seen that too, Chip?
I did see that.
I thought I was the only one to see that.
He didn't get a whistle on that. Now, it looks to me like this is what the game is turning into. That's what it looked like more than anything. It looked like this is what the game is turning into, where we're getting back to being a little bit more physical. It looks like we're getting back to being able to put hands on guys. It looks like we're getting back to defense where we can actually use our hands. Now, I don't want it to get out of control.
In what series you talking about?
We just talking about the Knicks, and
I'm about to say you ain't talking about the OKC Mavs, the Mavs series. I got you.
No, we're talking about the Knicks and the Pacers, where it looks like you can put your hands on guys, but I don't want it to get out of control where you still, as a referee, you don't do your job, because now it looks like it's a double-edged sword. You can't tell me 1 minute that let them play, and then the next minute complain about fouls. You can't have it both ways. Either you're gonna let them play or you're gonna blow the whistle. Which one is it gonna be? I can't get with that logic. But I think the Knicks yesterday Ron, I think they showed that we can play the way you play too. In addition to playing the way we play, we can also play the way you want to play fast. We can play fast and we can get the game out of control, which is I know what you want to do. I know you want the game, excuse me, I know you want the game 135 to 128. I know you want the game 125 to 1. I know you want the game out of control. We can play like that. But the difference is that we actually play defense. We do the other stuff. We do the dirty work stuff. We get on the glass. We dive for loose balls. We do all of that other stuff, the stuff that's going to win games. I don't think you do that, though. And that's been the difference. I feel like there's a difference in this.
Chill, the Knicks have 3 great transition players and 3 very composed players. 3 guys that damn near can and have played point guard. A lot of people don't know Josh Hart was a lead guard when he played for Villanova. He was, the offense ran through him. So we know how he is in transition. So we know he can get up and go. Jalen Brunson can play whatever pace he wants to. If he decides to get up and down, there's nothing you could do. Pulling up with transition threes, hitting trail threes, getting downhill. Can't nobody stop Jalen Brunson from getting what he wants to. And DiVincenzo, he kind of can do what he wants to do too. And he's a smaller guy. He can get up and down the court. He's more athletic than people give him credit for. And hitting those transition threes, he's a demon in transition. So like those 3 guys, if they decide to, they can do that. And honestly, that was actually really one of my fears though. Is that they were able to play our ball.
Ron, it just shows you that guys in the NBA can play when given the opportunity. A lot of times we don't see guys like, for example, DiVincenzo, his role with the Bucks, his role with the Warriors wasn't as big as it is now. Now that his role has been up, you see he can actually how he plays. Same with Josh Hart. Josh Hart was looked at as a role player with the Lakers, a role player with the Pelicans, a role player on the other team, on the Portland Trail Blazers. Now he's here in a featured situation, and like it's almost looking like he's turning into what Tibbs had with Jimmy Butler, where he ain't even coming off the court no more. Like he's going to be on the court all game, every single game. He's an Iron Man. He's putting up these huge numbers. I think Swiper was right about him on the board. He's a demon on the boards, man. It's absolute insanity watching him on the boards, and I'm befuddled at how guys still don't box him out. Like you're watching the game film. You're watching.
I don't think they know how, Ticket. I don't think they know how to do it.
No, but if you watch the replays, when he goes and gets rebounds, guys are not even looking to box him out. I'm talking about bigs are just standing, like he's just going over top of them getting rebounds. And so I'm just looking at this like, dog, dudes ain't paying attention to detail for the Indiana Pacers. They're focused on the foul calls because, first of all, if you're paying attention to the details, you're not letting Josh Hart get 15 rebounds every game. You're boxing this dude out, put a body on him. They're not doing that, bro. Every time he goes up and get rebounds, Chilltown, somebody's not boxing him out. He's just slithering right around you. And he's coming from the perimeter, so it's harder for sometimes because you're ball watching. You're looking up at the ball coming up the rim instead of boxing your man out. We always had a rule. You box your man out, let the ball hit the floor, then you get a rebound. That's a perfect rebound. But guys don't box out no more. So they're not paying attention to detail at the highest of levels, man. So Josh Hart, man, bro, what we seeing is guys who weren't being featured, being put in major roles and being able to produce, what shows you that guys in the NBA can play. Is just, do they get the opportunity to display it? And these guys with the Knicks, man, damn, no, they balling, man.
Moss Blackman, what up, brother? Swiper, my man.
What up?
I think one of the major problems that Indiana has, and I do have to backtrack because Miles Turner he showed me something yesterday, because I do think I thought he was soft, and he leveled up to the physicality yesterday, which I thought was good. But they still had a problem with keeping Josh Hart off the glass. And let's not forget that Josh Hart was traded for Cam. I think it was is it
Cam Reddish. It was Cam Reddish. Yep.
He was traded for Cam Reddish. So I think he fits more. And to Ticket's point, when you're talking about guys being featured more, I think he fits more that style of play that the Knicks play. Dirty work, hard working, diving on the floor for loose balls, getting out in transition, playing defense. I think he fits that style. I don't think he fit the other teams that he was playing on. I don't really think that he fit their style, particularly with the Lakers. Like, he was young, so he didn't really get an opportunity to show what he could possibly do. But with the Knicks, I think he fits that style of play that they play. That's why he's as good as he is with them. Now, the fact that they're as beat up as they are, with now OG going down, I don't know how bad this injury is. I don't know how much longer he's going to be out the line. You think he's done, Swipe?
Nah, I mean, I obviously hope not, for their sake, because they don't have a chance in goods, on this earth.
No, I don't think so.
If he's not.
So with To be honest with you, I don't know how beat up he is, but I mean they're already shorthanded. No Mitchell Robinson, right? No Julius Randle. Now OG's going down, and no Bogdanovic. So all of these guys that have been out of the lineup, and they still doing what they're doing because I don't think we give Jalen Brunson enough credit for how smart he is.
Let me ask you a quick question. Chill. Let me ask you a question because I don't know this. I haven't heard about this. With the Knicks with all these injuries, if their roster gets depleted, what can't they get an emergency call up or something like that?
Yeah.
No. In the postseason?
No, not now.
How does that work then? If we don't have enough guys,
no, they have enough guys. They just they need to use Shake Milton and Jericho Sims and the guys.
Alec Burke and all of those guys.
Yeah, that's who they need to use. They don't get to make a signing during the postseason.
No, my point is, how many guys on the roster can you be down to before the NBA allows you to? Is there a rule about that?
I've never seen it.
Yeah, not in the postseason.
So if there was a rule about it, I wouldn't know. I've never.
They wouldn't even be in enough shape to play for this team. To be honest with you, for them to come off the bench or come off the street to be on the team, so they're just gonna have to play some of those other dudes they don't want to play. Like you can see
8 guys. They just got to roll with the 8 guys. If it's just 8 guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Tom Thibodeau only wants 6 guys anyway. So
he ran a 7-man rotation last night. So I mean.
Why are we so surprised about this, Mars? I mean, the same thing happened with Mike Malone last year with Denver. He was playing 7-8 guys. That was it. He wasn't playing.
No, chill. No. I'm not talking about from that perspective. I'm asking y'all from like a legal perspective as far as how many guys you have to have legally eligible to like the playoff roster is like 12, right?
Bro, that guy.
I know you gotta have at least 8 active guys. I know that for
I don't know. I've never seen.
But they got a bunch of
a
people.
playoff team where they haven't had 8 guys.
Yeah, they got Precious Achiuwa gonna get more minutes. They got Jalen Brunson, Alec Burke, Dante. They got Mamadi on the bench. They got Daquan Jeffries on the bench. They got Shake Milton on the bench. Jericho Sin. They got Jacob Toppin. They got a bunch of people. They just gonna have to play some of those dudes. Or Deuce McBride rather. They got a bunch of people, and then they just gonna play a bunch of role players. It don't matter. They're the Villanova Knicks anyway, so it really don't matter. Because only 3 people touching the ball, and if OG ain't there, then Precious gonna get more shots or whatever. But no, it's 3 people that they need, and then they need Isaiah Hartenstein doing this, and then doing tip outs. That's all they need. They need 3 players shooting the rock. They need 1 person on the boards, and then they need somebody else just running around defending. And if I got to play Deuce McBride more, I'll play Deuce McBride more, and then we can just keep moving.
So chill.
Yep.
You don't think the Knicks run this back at the 1, 2, and 3 with their Villanova guys? Or do you think they need to they run this back? Or you guys think they need to upgrade?
I don't think that they move off of those 3 guys. No, I think that they keep Josh Hart. I think that they keep Jalen Brunson. I think they keep DiVincenzo. But I do think that
I'm talking about as starters.
They moving off of Julius Randle.
That's where I think that they're going. Yeah.
Bye.
So Julius leaves. Like obviously, Julius, he's an all-star. He's all-NBA player. Like, what?
Get him out of here.
No, I get that though. I'm saying, what do you?
We're not just jumping on me.
No, I'm trading him for some role players. Get out of here.
For some role players?
I don't need.
They're not getting.
They're. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Swipe. I'm listening to you.
Well, I'm saying, but y'all, Brunson, Dante, Josh, OG, Hartenstein. What's wrong with that in the Eastern Conference?
Well, first of all, I think
they need to re-sign Hartenstein first.
That's what I'm saying.
I think they will, though.
I think they're gonna lose him in free agency. I do. I don't think.
I wouldn't re-sign OG. He wants 150 million. And he always hurt. I wouldn't give him that.
But here's the thing with Hartenstein, though. I think what they can do is they can get him if they sign him to a 2-year, give him as much as they can in the first year, get a player option in the second year, and then he can come back re-up next year. Then he can get even more money and sign a longer form deal. I think
Who is that? Who
Isaiah Hartenstein.
No,
Hartenstein.
He's not doing that.
But the thing is,
we need that long-term security.
Yeah,
I know, but I don't know if he's going to get another situation that's going to work as well as this.
Who cares as long as he gets paid?
Nah, I know, I get it.
Keep going, Swipe.
Well, it's the same thing for me with the Bruce Brown thing. It's the same thing with me, Andre Iguodala. Yep. He went to Miami. He went to Memphis, but at the end of the day, like the best situation for you, I think, is going to be the Knicks because they play a perfect brand of basketball for you. He's perfect, and he's beloved in New York.
He is beloved in New York. I can tell you
the best situation is which has the most zeros on that contract.
No, I agree with. I think what Swipe was saying is on point. The only thing I don't agree with y'all on is what Bob just put up there. Ron put it up there that he said that he would pay OG whatever he wants. I wouldn't pay OG. I wouldn't pay a guy that's constantly hurt. OG has too many injuries.
You gonna let him walk?
Well,
No,
I'm just saying.
we can't do
No,
that.
I'm saying.
No,
No, what I'm saying
can't do
to
that.
this is what I'm saying. He has. I would look for a sign and trade. He has too many injury risks to me, and the Knicks have shown that they can still win some games without him. I would try to find a replacement with him that's more reliable. I just think that if you look throughout his career, bro, he's too hurt. Like when they won a championship in Toronto, he was hurt. Now he's hurt. Like I'm not paying a dude. I'm not investing a dude $150 million. You know what I'm saying? For to be hurt when we need him the most. He's how many games has OG played the last 3 or 4 years? Has he even come close?
Here, let me see.
Like he got hurt. He got hurt this season, like right after they signed him.
They play. He think he played 13 games, then got hurt or something like that.
It was rolling. They've been rolling with him in the lineup too. But I
he's been relatively hurt. I'd say that he's been relatively hurt. I don't think he's been like Kawhi, but he's been relatively hurt.
Well, this is his games. This is his games right here, y'all. His games right now for the last 4 years have been 23, 27, 50, 67, 48, 43, 69, 67, 74 his first year. So the last 4 years, his games have been getting significantly lower than
what's his last 4 games?
Wait, what are you saying?
His last 4 years.
His last 4 years is 23, 27, 50. No, 23, 20.
No, he played 27 for Toronto this season and 23 for the Knicks. So it's 50 in total. He played 50 in total this season for 2 years.
50, 67, 48, 43 is the last 4 years.
Yeah, that's too many games missing. You're missing almost 30-some games a year.
But I'm saying, do you think he's worth the same contract as Jaden McDaniels? Got like 130?
Well, McDaniels is not hurt. See, that's my only thing. It's like Swiper. If I'm the Knicks, you don't want to get up in a contract with a guy that can't perform for you. Like for example, they value Mitchell Robinson, but he's always hurt. Like I can't commit that type of money to you. I'm not the type of person that want to keep committing money to guys like Kawhi, like these guys who I can never use when I need them.
Ticket, but with OG though, you got to keep in mind it's a two-way street. Kawhi gets load managed. OG, he's playing for Tom Thibodeau. No. Check me out, chill. I'm not even talking about Kawhi. I'm talking about OG and his situation.
This is before Tibbs, though, before Tibbs.
And you're right. It is before Tibbs, but now he's with Tibbs. Tibbs
right, so
he's gonna play that boy to the max.
Well, no, it's gonna be even worse with Tibbs because Tibbs is gonna want to play him more minutes on the court, which is gonna put him at more risk. Tibbs don't believe in no load managing. He don't believe in no cutting no guys' minutes off. They still gonna practice. They still gonna do all the things they normally do. So for me personally, I would not pay him $100. I would want to keep him, but I'm not paying him $150 million. And the man played 60, 48, 40 something.
52 games over the last 4 years. 52 games.
That's 30 games a year, Ron. He's out. Then you're talking about playoffs too. And when Toronto won the chip, he wasn't even there because he was hurt. No way. There's no way I'm paying him that money, bro. I can give you Chilltown. I can go 80, 90 million. I can't go 150, bro. I can't. Now would you hurt? I gotta have you on the divestibility. Ability is availability. If you're not available, what are we gonna do? Like right now, Swiper don't even know if he's gonna come back for this series.
Who?
Y'all said he hurt.
I don't think he's out for the series. I don't think. I'm not in the room.
That hamstring ain't nothing to play with. That hamstring.
Yeah, I'm not a hamstring. If it's anything more than just like a tweak, you coming back in basically a day and a half.
Right.
For playoff games, for Thibodeau.
Yeah, but Mars, that hamstring, it all depends on who you are. Because I know I've had a hamstring injury before, and that thing is like, if you move the wrong way on a hamstring, bro,
if you sleep the wrong way.
Like, that's how you seen, I think it was, wasn't it Devin Booker who kept getting those hamstring injuries in the playoffs? Remember, he was missing playoff games, Booker, the last few years because he kept getting those hamstring injuries in the playoffs. So he was missing games during the series. Yeah, man, those hamstrings.
Hamstrings are serious, man. Hamstrings is what made James Harden go from MVP level to what he is now, in my opinion.
He couldn't
hamstring injury.
You saw OG in transition. That's a finish. He couldn't get off the floor because of his whatever happened. And
I would sit Chilltown. If I win game 3 without him, I'd sit him for the rest of the series.
Oh, Ticket.
Yeah, up to you
ain't not winning game 3 without that boy.
You can up 2-0. You can afford to rest him for game 3.
Ron, you're the only person that can see something happen before you and still like not believe it. I'm telling you.
Are y'all winning game 3? Let's talk about y'all. Are y'all winning game 3?
See, that's not
are y'all winning game 3?
We're talking about
let's turn up the volume in here.
That don't bother me. Can
we stay where we at, Ron? Can we stay where we at, Ron?
Knicks are a better basketball team. The
Please,
Knicks are a better
I
basketball team.
gotta talk
Say
about
y'all
OG.
losing.
The Knicks are a better
Y'all
basketball team.
losing.
Can we
Don't-
please
don't-
stay
don't
where we
ask
at?
a child to
He's
save you.
spinning.
Ox, can we please stay where
Right,
we
right.
at?
Because I just got the one question. First, I want to say that all of us, myself included, when we hear an injury, we shouldn't just speculate like that we're done. Because most of us all thought Cat was done. Most of us thought Joel wasn't going to come back, and some of us still think he shouldn't have. But we see Cat came back. We don't know the severity, and it could be serious. I do give you that. A hamstring ain't nothing to play with, especially if it's pulled, whatever, torn. Then yeah, if it's torn, I think he's done for the playoffs, right? Like you don't really come back like that. But my thing is though, OG, I get the number of games he's playing, but in those games that he plays, they win. When OG plays, you win basketball games. Like for instance, last night, if he doesn't play last night, they don't win last night. They get blown out with OG. OG is that important to them. That's the only thing. I don't see myself or see their GMs letting OG go because of a money dispute.
But you have
100% see them.
But Bob, you have to because of the championship rounds. Like, let's think about this, right? Let's say that the Knicks get through this series. I agree with what Swiper said. They don't have a chance in hell against the Celtics without OG. They're gonna need him.
They might as well not even show up.
Right. So hold on. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying if I can't have him for the series where I need him the most, because I think the Knicks can beat this team without OG or Indiana. But the Celtics, you have to have him on that perimeter with all those guys and the way they play. So to me,
especially with their best player balling out.
I believe the same thing. That's why that shows how important we all think OG is. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying, but I can't pay you that. I'm saying I'll keep you. I just can't give you 150.
Don't like that.
Do you let him walk? Do you let him walk if he won't take anything under 150?
Nobody. I don't think nobody else is giving him 150.
Ticket like
somebody's giving him 130 though.
Ticket like him. Ticket just don't like.
He'll be in this jersey next year.
I'm guaranteeing he sees 130 ticket.
Ticket likes him. Ticket just don't like it. It's like buying a pair of shoes. Ticket like him. Just don't like him at that money.
I understand that, but I just want to know how much do y'all value?
I'm just saying,
I value OG to pay what he asking for.
If he's talking about Orlando or somebody got cap space or somebody like that,
Orlando,
they might do something stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Orlando. Why would that be dumb for Orlando? They don't need another defender anyway.
No, I'm saying, but Philly might do
Everybody
something.
needs
I'm
another
just saying.
defender.
Nah, they're good. They got 12 of them.
Philly might do something stupid like that. But for
Philly,
me,
OG next to Tyrese Maxey.
I like that. Get Tobias out of here and have OG.
Hey, but Ticket though, that's why you got to re-sign him out in the East. The Knicks can't afford to let him go to Orlando. They can't afford to let him go to the Sixers.
They traded Emmanuel quickly for him.
What's the max Ticket? What's the max you're willing to?
90 million. 90 million. Listen,
90 million.
For how many years?
Got 93 years ago. It's not happening.
Listen, why I'm saying that. Josh Hart's getting 80 million right now. I'm getting the same production from him, if not more.
What do you say?
Josh Hart's getting 80 million right now, and I'm getting the same production from him, if not more, across the board from Josh Hart.
When is his contract?
Josh Hart's price went up too.
He about to get a rank.
Hold on, I'm keeping it 100. You're getting the same, and he's playing every minute.
He got 90
every single game. So and he's durable. All I'm saying to y'all is this, bro. This is the same problem that you got teams like the Clippers and them got into. You paid all these guys money who can't stay healthy, and now you're stuck with them, and now you're in no man's land because nobody's going to take that contract off of you. So what happens if you again and OG gets hurt again? No, I'm just saying, my whole thing is, Swiper, not his game. His injury risk is too much.
I get
it. He just called out his game.
But Ticket, I hear what you're saying. The problem is, and I said this already, if a GM, Leon Rose, worldwide, if they give up Emmanuel quickly and assets for said player, they are resigning said player because again they're 25. I think they're 25-5 with OG in the lineup since he got to New York. They're not letting him go, so he's getting 130. I'm telling you, like he's not going to see 150. 150 is crazy, but he's getting 130, and he's going to match that Jaden McDaniel contract. It's coming. 5 years.
Ticket, would you pay Jamal Murray 150?
Well, Jamal Murray's a real deal. And Jamal Murray, I mean, we all know Jamal Murray's playing hurt right now. He's not complaining about it. And that's the thing. Nobody's saying that. Like, he's not complaining about his injury. He's just playing. That's the part I like about him. He ain't out there trying to do all that crazy wincing and stuff like that. And he is acting a fool throwing the shit on the court. But he ain't out there making no excuses about, oh, man, my injury. We knew he had
for Jamal's a 3-year deal, by the way.
It's just that this series, is that his injury is more magnified because of who he's playing against. He got guys that's putting him on the hook for that. All I'm saying, but he's still playing. All I'm saying is with OG, when y'all talking about OG, man, bro, this dude don't miss 30 games a season for the last 4 or 5 years on average. I can't pay you $150 million knowing that you're going to miss those games, especially when I need you in money time. Because guess what? This is your window now. The Knicks window is the next 3 or 4 years. If I pay him in those next 3 or 4 years and can't get that production from him when I need it the most, why? Because I'm gonna need him. If the Knicks are gonna finish a top seed in the East, which they're probably gonna finish top 3 for the next 4 or 5 years, right? They're gonna end up having to play the Celtics all these years. The Celtics got their guys locked in pretty much. They're gonna lock in Tatum. They got all those guys locked in. How the hell do I want to keep going against you or have to run into you at some point in time, not having that guy because he's always hurt?
But
the last couple seasons in Toronto, has OG been playoffs in Toronto? Has OG been available?
To give you an idea, Ox.
In the playoffs,
not in the playoffs. No.
He played in 2022. That was the other playoffs before that was the bubble. So he was there in 2022.
Just to give you an idea, Ox, OG has played 25 games with the Knicks this season.
Hurt in 2019 too.
He's played 25 games, including the playoffs. They've only lost 5 times with him in the lineup. Now, to Ticket's point, Ticket, that $150 million that you talk about over however long, let's say 3 or 4 years, that's a very team-friendly contract, and it can get moved. So if this doesn't work out, where he does end up getting beat up, where he does end up getting hurt, we can move him. Now,
you might get value for him if he's hurt again.
Well, that's the thing. If you're worrying about money, I didn't overpay for him, so it's not I'm talking
about if he gets hurt. No, listen to what I said.
No, I know what you're talking about.
I'm saying if he gets hurt again,
yeah.
Are teams gonna be willing to give you what you would have normally got for him in a deal?
Well, it depends on when you move him, Ticket. You can once he gets healthy, you can prop him up and then move him and then get the value back. You're not going to trade him when he's got a broken hand. You're not going to trade him when he's got a broken foot or when he's on the injured list. No, you're going to move him if you're talking about moving him, you're going to move him when he's at his best. That's when you can get the most value.
The reason why I don't do it is because there's still free agents out there that if the Knicks let him walk and the Knicks come off Julius, that they can still go get that can help that team. I mean, to me, the Knicks structure is still going to be there with Tibbs.
I'm getting my OG back up just in case. My just in case for OG is coming through that Julius Randle trade.
Hey, Swiper, I'm going to throw one at you. I wouldn't mind seeing Paul George with the Knicks. Because hold on. The way he defends, he won't have to be the number 1 option.
Julius Randle next to Kawhi Leonard.
He'll be a good second option to Jalen Brunson, but the way he defends, he'll fit right into.
What's that? The 6th seed in the West with Julius Randle and Kawhi Leonard.
Paul George is a role player. I'd rather have Josh Hart than Paul George.
They're still getting bounced around.
Paul George a role player. That's crazy.
Knicks might as well go get Tobias Harris.
He's a role player, bro.
I want to ask you guys.
Paul George is not who you think he is, Swiper.
I know. He's an all-star. He's not an all-NBA player.
I want to ask you guys. So I asked about Julius Randle. I want to know, what do you guys do? Do you re-sign Julius Randle? Do you trade him? And if you trade him, what do you trade him for? Do you trade him for somebody like Paul George? Do you trade him for bench pieces?
No,
you guys talk to me. I want to hear from everybody.
You have to move him, but these dudes up here acting like, hold on, y'all acting like OG is better than Paul George. I don't know what type of reefer y'all acting like.
I am acting like OG.
No.
I am acting like Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about?
Yes, I am.
You see what I'm talking about?
100%. Yes,
no. I don't know what type of drugs this man is on. This man just said he thinks OG.
You can give me. Hey, I'll tell you all the players on the Knicks I'll take over Paul George. Just on the Knicks alone, Swiper.
Go with it.
On the Knicks alone, obviously, Jalen Brunson.
I agree.
On the Knicks alone, I can name 4 or 5 players that
I name them. Name them.
Starting 5.
I am Jalen Brunson, OG, Julius, Mitch, Josh
Julius
Hart,
Randle over Paul George.
Julius Randle 10 days out of 9.
That's a lie.
Give me.
Oh no, Ox likes Julius Randle.
Give me Josh Hart. What's that, 6? I damn don't want to say give me Dante DiVincenzo too. Give me Dante. I'll take Dante DiVincenzo
over Paul George.
Dante and PG play the same level of defense, if you ask me.
What?
But
No, they
Julius
Dante-
Randle
Dante-
isn't even a
Dante-
worse
Dante-
dropper than Paul George, though. So, like, I don't
Y'all
understand
be
that.
letting dudes say anything
Man,
up
P,
here, man.
what what has PG shown you in the past 4 years, Swiper, that got you thinking he's still
What has
like he's still
Julius
like
Randle
that?
shown you?
but-
That's my only question. I'm being honest. What has he shown you?
First of all,
I don't know. I'm
why are we
not sure
talking
about
why are
Dante,
we
but
talking about the
everybody
Knicks
else
off-season
100%.
plans when they're still in
When
the
we
playoff
still got to.
Like,
Yes,
this
we
team
do,
is up 2-0 in the second round. We talking
Yes,
about what
they
they
are.
should do in the
And
off-season.
it looked like
I
they're
didn't
gonna-
discuss that. I wanted to talk about this.
Mars, the reason why we're
Like
talking
you said,
about it is
Mars.
because they're doing this without Julius Randle.
Right.
So now it's like,
They're doing it
obviously, when
without
you're
Julius
succeeding
Randle.
without a guy, is it like, do you bring him back or do you run it back without?
Can't we
a guy?
talk
Julius Randle
about that
usually
when they're actually out of the playoffs instead of talking about where they need to, should they re-sign OG and then should they trade Julius Randle? Like, they're up 2-0 in the second round and we're talking about what they should do in July. Like,
Well,
Why
the reason why, man, Mars, the reason why we're
July's
doing
coming
this,
for
is because,
everybody, Mars.
Mars, the reason why we're doing this is because we're looking at the New York Knicks and how they can win the NBA championship. They're not going to win the NBA championship this year. That's not going to happen. They're probably going to. No, they're not. They're not going to
we
win.
don't
the
know
NBA.
that.
I'll tell you what. I don't know it with 100% certainty, but I am very confident in saying
Jill is
I
willing to
don't-
bet you your life savings.
I
That's
do
fine,
not-
but while
I
they're
do
still,
not-
while they're still in
his
the
beloved
playoffs, I don't
king,
get.
Jayson
I don't
Tatum.
get why we're talking about next season while they're still in the postseason right now.
This is what I'm
Mars,
saying, Mars.
because they need to start worrying about next season. I hate to
No,
say
I
it, but
think that's crazy. But
all right,
even
so
then,
y'all, so time out. Y'all just said that OG Anunoby has a hamstring injury and it can be serious. More than likely, it's serious. And when they face the inevitable, which is
The
coming next
Cavaliers,
series,
yeah, the Cavaliers,
if they get to next series, because they still got to go back to Naptown. But let's just say that they make it out of this series and they get to the Celtics without OG. With OG, it's a tall task. Without OG, I was hearing that they might as well not even show up. So if that's the case, it's time to start looking at next.
so let's cross that bridge when the time comes. But even with Paul George has the same injury concerns we are having with Randall and OG, and he's going to demand more money than both of them.
How
So,
much-
like,
what do you
the
think
reason he
Paul
hasn't agreed with the Clippers yet is because he wants a max extension.
Mars,
So
how much-
he wants a max extension, the most he can get. That's what he
hold
wants.
on, what's the most Paul George can get, Mars?
So at this
max.
point, at this point,
What
at
is
this
the
point
what
right
is the
now-
max at this point?
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
saying, hold on,
so-
because
so-
Kawhi
so-
got $150 million extension.
$290 million.
yeah, but Kawhi's extension is
it-
like 3 years. Paul George wants a max
Well,
extension.
he's 34 years old, Mars. They're not going 5 years with him. They're not.
That's
doing
why he hasn't agreed with the Clippers.
But
Yet.
he wants
and
to
nobody
take
else
you-
is doing that neither. Nobody
He's
else.
gonna go wherever offers him. The
Well, I
money.
disagree with that, Chelsea. I think Orlando might do that.
5 years.
Why stop saying
Philly-
Orlando? Chill, Ticket, you got to stop saying Orlando. They're in a good situation. They're not blowing.
I'm
Franz and
telling
Paolo
you
up.
the teams I think that would actually do it. I think Orlando would do
They
it.
got money
I
next.
think
No, they
Philly-
would not.
I
They
think
got 2
Philly-
wings already.
No, I'm saying no, but I still think they would do it. I think
They
Philly
would not do it because they have Franz and they have Suggs and they have Paolo. They're not blowing that up.
I think Philly would do it.
Yeah, y'all tripping if
Philly
y'all
would
think
definitely
Orlando
do it
will go
because
back.
they
and
got
Yeah,
Daryl Morey.
Philly's the team that will probably do it because Philly
They
have
would
a
do
max
it.
slot.
They would do
Philly
it.
have
They would
a
have Embiid and Paul George, and that would be their championship core.
and Tyrese.
So that's what they would
Yes,
do. They
but
would
they'll
do it.
but-
stay
yeah,
out
but
that
Philly-
second. They won't hit the second round.
Probably, but Philly don't have to give up anything because they have a max slot.
Right, they have a
available 'cause
huge slot.
Tobias is gone. The Knicks are going to have to get rid of people to bring in Paul George, who has injury concerns and is going to be making the most money on the team at 34. It just doesn't make sense for the Knicks. So I don't know.
And on
I don't
top
know
of
why they
what
would
you
do it.
and on top of what you're saying, Miles, with Philly, they're also going to lose Buddy Hield too in free agency.
It does
Bye.
make sense to me.
Yeah,
hold
I
on.
mean,
It does
Darren
make
Morris
sense
kind of makes sense with that one.
It does make sense to me with the Knicks because as much as we say bad about Paul George, he gives Jalen Brunson another guy that teams have to pay attention to on that level that can break down the defense outside of because he's the only dude on that team that really can go get his own bucket and break down the defense.
Respect Dante heaving chins up.
But he shoots
seen
three.
them
But, I'm saying,
threes?
but he's getting it off
And
kicks. though.
he's getting to the rim. He been catching people off the bounce too.
Ticket is talking about that. Ticket is talking about the action where you can get the ball to Paul George and actually go.
He's not
You
the
give
type
the
of
ball,
better
you
than
give
you,
the
Jill.
ball to Paul. You give
get
the
to the
ball
hole
to
better
George
than
to
you.
get a bucket. You don't do that.
Brother, he's not the type of dude that if you bottle up Jalen Brunson, I'm giving Dante the ball and telling everybody get out the way. He can go get a bucket. He's not that dude.
Dante got some. He do got some bink to his game. It ain't like
I mean,
no
yeah, he got a little
Jalen
job
Brunson.
in him.
He got a little bit
job
of
in him. But still, he ain't
to-
Paul George. Paul George is the dude that's able to break the defense down and go get you a bucket. And listen,
Who are you starting him over though?
Paul George?
Yeah, who are you starting him over on the
Nigga,
lineup?
Paul
OG?
George.
OG.
Well, he's
And that's
saying
the problem.
he would take Randall's
That's the
spot.
problem.
He's saying he's just saying just swap out.
So
Randall
it would be
No.
Jalen.
I'm saying I would get off of OG and bring in Paul George.
Yeah, no man.
I just
So
don't.
Julius Randle and Paul George on the same.
Hold on. Me personally, I think if you could work out a sign and trade.
Wait, why do you
with the hold on,
I'm sorry, keep going.
I would do that. If I was the Clippers, that would help both teams, in my opinion. Now, the only thing that hurt with the Clippers is that he'll be another one over there with that weak knee Kawhi Leonard, another injury-prone player. But, hey, Paul George is that too. But I think he helps the Clippers more into what they want to do. And I think Paul George can help the Knicks give them a second option to Julius.
What if the Knicks just say that we're going to go hunting? We're going big fish hunting, and they get to go. They have a max slot too if they want, like a max. They have enough pieces for a.
They can manufacture.
There is. Hey, hold on. There is one move the Knicks could make though.
They don't have one max slot. They got two.
There is one move the Knicks could make that I don't think that your team would make though. I don't know if they would do it or not. If you would package up OG and and go get Michael Porter Jr.
No, I'm not. Oh my God, Ticket.
Since he like OG that much. Since he like OG that much, why don't you package up OG?
So keep going, Ticket. I'm sorry.
How much is Michael Porter Jr. making right now? 100 and what?
No, not 100. He
maxed out.
He's maxed out.
Yeah, it's 100. It's on one. I want to say 178, but I'm not.
Well, it can go up to that, but he's playing great.
I like OG so much.
Well,
he's great, but I'm not taking But Porter, never mind. That's not the trade. But anyway, go ahead, Joe. You've been trying to talk for a minute.
3-point shooting. You talked about his playmaking defensively. He does that better than Michael Porter Jr. He's a better defender. You said he's a solid spot up shooter.
I feel like what we're doing here is we're going with, and I don't want to disrespect any of you dudes, but I feel like we got this 2K logic, like with what Ox said about Paul George being better than OG. He's not better than OG in what they're doing with the Knicks. OG fits better with them. OG works better with that crew. He's not a better player than Paul George. No, I'm not saying that. But he works better. I've always given you the logic of Adrian Dantley. Mark Aguirre was not a better player than Adrian Dantley. He was better for the bad boys than what Adrian Dantley was.
I think you're going to take that back. I think you're going to take that back against the Celtics because against Boston, the one thing I'm going to tell you, Jalen Brunson is going to need another guy that can break down the defense on his own. It ain't going to, because what Boston's going to do is they're going to try to eliminate. They're going to try and do what Philly was doing the first 2 or 3 games against them, with Jalen Brunson. And so you're going to need another guy who can break down the defense and actually get buckets.
Right.
Who's going to be the best player in that series, Joe? Ticket. Who's going to be the best player in that series, Ticket?
In the Boston Celtics series? You know what? I'm going to tell you the truth who I think it's going to be.
Wait.
I think it's going to be Jalen. And here's the reason why. Here's why I say that. And I'm not a big fan of Boston or Jalen Brown, these guys, because I think that Boston, they're going to focus all their attention on Xing out Jalen Brunson, and they're going to make those other guys see. This is what all the other teams should be doing with the Knicks. Everybody, I would throw the kitchen sink at Jalen Brunson and make everybody else beat him. Look what happened.
They've been doing that.
Nick Nurse did that and found himself down 2-0.
Did they not blitz Jalen Brunson last night, Mars? I want to make sure.
They and it's, I mean, bro, it ain't even no. If you can somehow force Jalen Brunson into a struggle, send bodies at him and make him.
But didn't at the end of Game 6 when Jalen was hitting all them dumb shots versus the 76er that came against extremely contested coverage multiple times.
Nothing was wide.
Multiple times, and then he would snake through when they would try to trap him, wouldn't let him trap him, and then he would get you on the backside, and then he would just go up on Batum and
Which
get to the
team
line.
is better defensively though, Swiper? The Celtics.
Bro, respect to you. Respect to you. Donovan Mitchell and them ain't healthy right now. Respect to you. Respect.
No, I'm saying, but I know. I'm asking you which team.
Boston's defense is still really good, though.
I know it's good. It's good. But I'm saying, if you asking me this Knicks team, if OG's healthy versus Boston, they both gonna be really good. They're both gonna be elite. Both of them. There's no Kristaps right now too. So go ahead.
I don't want to look past what we're talking about because again, when I think about Indiana, how wide open the game is and how they trying to get into their sets and get in transition with the Knicks. I don't know what the extent of the injury is with OG, but how does Indiana, even though they're going to be on their home floor, and Ticket is a stickler for this, your role players play better. Obi Toppin and TJ McConnell, guys like that, they play better when they're at home. All right, I can get with that logic. With that all being said, how do you bottle up what Jalen Brunson has been doing? How do you slow down this Knicks team defensively? How do you? I'm not even thinking about this. Is what I'm not thinking about, Ticket. I'm not thinking about offensively because I see what TJ McConnell.
But you said slowing down. Hold on, you saying slowing down? That's what we're talking about.
I'm talking about defensively.
No, I'm saying, no. I'm saying you got to put those big.
How do you attack these?
Hold on. This is why I say Ron's boy is a fraud. How tall is Tyrese Halliburton?
First of all, they got him listed at 6'5". He ain't that
right.
big.
So hold on.
He's not.
Right, but he's clearly a bigger guard with longer wingspan along the list.
6'5" to me.
He's supposed to be hawking Jalen Brunson and giving Jalen. See, anybody that's long and athletic, like Kelly Oubre was, and these guys, they're supposed to give guys like Jalen Brunson problems with getting off good looks on shots. Not saying he can't get his shot off, still Chilltown, but the level of difficulty is going to be harder. All I'm saying is when you're playing against the Boston Celtics, they have the personnel to do that. If you can put Jayson Tatum on him at times. You can put Jaylen Brown on him at times, and then you can come back and put
he eating Jayson Tatum breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert.
KD couldn't do that. So what are you talking about?
He couldn't do what? You can roll your eyes, but Jalen Brunson is.
KD couldn't do it. So how you
KD couldn't know.
They not the same. They not the same.
No, but hold on. KD couldn't do what?
And Al Horford and Marcus Smart had a lot to do with that ticket.
No, right? They still there though.
No, wait. No, ticket. Hold on.
KD couldn't do. Okay, I get what you're saying. Ticket. Y'all got some players. You got to get it in right now.
No,
but I'm saying what happened in 20? Are you talking about 22?
Let me answer his question.
Yeah, he got to be.
You talking about 22?
He got to be.
KD couldn't get off good looks against the Boston.
What's that? Jalen Brunson. Just to be clear, you realize it's more difficult to guard this version of Jalen than it is KD in 22, right? Because that's a stationary player.
Was it harder? Was it harder to guard that version of Kyrie Irving?
No,
because they locked his ass up.
What?
But they're different players. You realize Jalen is like a whole 6'2.5", like and much like bigger than a lot of these guards out here. Like he's not like a huge tall dude. He's very strong, very shifty, very quick.
Kyrie Irving is not small, Swiper. He's not a
small.
I'm talking about he's not. But he's not.
Keep going.
Brunson
who's harder in your opinion, Swiper? Who's harder to guard? Kyrie
this version of Jalen Brunson. Yeah, I'm good off that. Yeah,
hey man, you have Kyrie in a Steve Nash offense versus Jalen Brunson in this offense. I mean,
you talking about a 6'9", a 6'8", 6'9", 6'10" dude. I don't know. However tall y'all say Jayson Tatum is. However, it's gonna be easier for him to guard another person more his size than it is for him to guard a 6 foot point guard like Jayson Tatum or Jalen Brunson. He can't guard Jalen Brunson. Like just I know it's not going to be. I just was making that point, and they was acting like I was tripping. So I want to just reiterate and make that clear. Jayson Tatum can't guard.
Isn't Ticket an AI? Aren't you an AI guy though?
If he tries to guard Jalen Brunson for a whole series, he's going to get.
What did Jalen Brunson shoot against Philly, Mars? In that whole series, what did he shoot from the field?
The whole series.
I want to say very bad. I want to say 43%.
Yeah, very bad the first 2 games, and then he went off the rest of the season.
Yeah, but like that's why I say six game sample sizes are flawed.
I'm saying, hold on, but Swiper, listen to what I'm saying to you, bro.
Oh, I was right, 43%.
For that series, he shot 43%. Right?
First 2 games, yeah, he's stuck.
That's Swiper. He was over 50 for the season. And he goes and shoots 43 against Kelly Oubre.
But you got to stop. You got to stop doing that, though.
Listen what I'm saying.
That was a 2-game sample size. Why he did that?
No. That was a whole series, sir.
Yeah, but Ticket in a 6-game series, 2 bad games. Because take out the first 2 games, he was 49% from the field.
We're not taking out the 2 first.
You're gonna hear my point. You're gonna hear my point.
Keep going.
It's a 6-game series.
Yep.
You take out the first 2, he shot 49% from the field. Right. The reason his field goal percentage for the series is 43% is because in the first 2 games he was 29%.
Right. But what if you take out the last 2?
That's my thing. What if you take out the last 2? Here's the point I'm getting to. Over a small sample size of games, 1 or 2 bad shooting nights are going to skew the percentages. It's not like Jalen Brunson was going out every game shooting.
And he was 2 and
12. But what about 1 or 2 great games, though?
And very bad.
Hold on. What about 1 or 2 great games?
That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Ron, I get what you're saying, Ron. What about 1 or 2 great games? What about when he goes off?
That's the same. I said the same thing about Devin Booker against the Wolves.
Oh, you right. You did say that.
I know you didn't do what you just did.
1 game in a series skews the averages.
I know you didn't do what you just did. My man, the #1 KD jockstrap sniffer. Baby, I've been looking for you for a long time, dog. I've been looking for you for a long time. What's up, dog?
Hey, hold on. What's good, Dale? Hey, Dale, hold on, right quick, Ticket. Wait, before we get into it. Ticket, hold on, wait, we gonna get to it. Hey, I just gotta Ticket. I just gotta shout out all of our viewers in here. Tell everybody like the video. Salute to the new members.
Hell,
Subscribe if you haven't. Welcome to Player's Choice. Scan that QR code below Big Ox Bob and go check out the merch. Now let's get right back in.
Now, hold on. We forget this conversation. Dale, how your boy get swept?
What Maul's talking.
How your boy? Hold on, chill, town. Hold on, chill. How your boy KD get swept, Dale? You've been hiding all this time.
I was here yesterday.
Your boy got swept with another super team, boy. Now they talking about he want to get traded to the Miami Heat.
Twice.
What the hell wrong with you? Go ahead, Dale. What's up, dog? We've been waiting on you. Everybody been looking for you, dog. You've been hiding. I don't know where you've been at, dog. Yeah,
Ticket, whenever you up here, Ticket. Whenever you up here, I try to get up here because every
come on now. So explain it to me. What happened? Was it
every ticket you gotta pay the toll. Listen, my boy. I don't know how they got swept. I had them losing in the second round anyway. I had them beating Minnesota. It's nothing like they got swept. Like honestly, it's nothing I could say. Like nothing. I hated the Suns from the beginning. I hated the team dynamic. I was never high on the Suns. I did have them lose in the second round. I thought no matter who they played in the first round, they would have at least get a chance to get out of there, but they didn't. They got swept. And honestly, it's looking like Nuggets might get swept too.
No, that doesn't let KD off the hook, though.
It's not about letting KD off the hook. It's just
we're talking about
whenever my guy lose to a team, the team just ended up.
No. Your guy keeps getting swept. Hold on, your guy keeps getting swept with teams that he's picking. He chose to go to the Phoenix Suns like they were. He chose to go with Kyrie to the Brooklyn Nets. Yo, boy, you kept telling us that, oh, no, you can't judge it off there. You got to look at the guy's game. Well, I'm looking at his game, and his game repeatedly ain't good enough to get great teams over the hump. So
the Suns was a great team?
They said he was going to the goddamn championship.
Who's they?
Bob, all these other people up here. What are you talking about?
Well, why are you yelling at me if I didn't have them as a great team?
You've been up here Josh Strap sniffing KD for years now.
Like, what are you talking to me for?
You ran like a cow.
What are you talking for? They got swept. Like they literally got swept. I honestly have nothing to say. It's no backing up. Like it's no.
Ant-Man showed him no respect. Hit him with the DX. Told him to do know what and everything else, man. Told him he was
all
alone.
that. He did all that and go to the media and say, that's my favorite player. That's the best player ever.
Man. Yo, man, you sad, bro. You going out sad, bro. Keep it 100, man. Yo, dude ain't nothing you say he is, bro. He a cop out and his ass gonna run to another team probably or get another damn coach fired again, man. Yo,
wait. What is the cop out? Listen, honestly, I don't understand that.
The cop out is Frank Vogel.
I don't understand.
They said KD talk about he don't like Frank Vogel how he coached now.
I don't wait, hold on. Let's talk basketball now for real. I don't like y'all KD takes and I don't like y'all KD angles. It's getting old. It's getting old and
it's the truth.
Old. Listen, hold on. Let's speak basketball now. For everything Kevin Durant, y'all just look at Kevin Durant. For every other basketball player, y'all want to throw all the superlatives in for every single one except Kevin Durant. Should that get swept? No, I agree with you 100%. I think, again, till this day, Kevin Durant is good enough to get 1 or 2 games by himself. This is what I think. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question. But does that change the fact of how good I think he is? No, it doesn't.
It should change the fact.
5 or 6 out of everybody up here had Jokic as the best player.
No, it should change the fact, though. If a dude that you think is that great to get you games can't get you games, and you've been repeatedly up here telling us that we don't know what we talking about, we misjudging KD, we not giving him fair criticism like we do everybody else, we being unfair.
Hold on, ticket. You're saying somebody else's words. Some of those words I never used in my life.
You said that we be unfair. Chilltown heard you. All these people up here heard you.
You're lying.
You criticized us and said that we harshly judge him and we hold him to a different standard.
It's the fact. Y'all don't.
That's fact, bro.
Y'all hold Kevin Durant to a different standard.
Along what lines, Dale? Well, how do we harshly judge him? Can you give us a list?
Because everything is not just basketball, KD. If it's basketball, he go to the Warriors. Oh, he had to go to the Warriors to do this. After the Warriors, he doesn't do this. There's no context for Kevin Durant when it comes to basketball. It's just his game and what everything does. If KD would have got swept with Devin Booker not playing or Bradley Beal, it still would have been KD got swept. It wouldn't have been like, oh, these players got hurt. Nothing happened because it's Kevin Durant. Everything else is
Kevin Durant the biggest reason why they lost that series?
What series?
The series they lost, fool. Now you got an amnesia.
Is he the biggest reason?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if he's the reason why they lost that series.
I don't think Kevin Durant's the biggest reason. But to me, I blame Kevin Durant, though. Just like Boston, I blame Kevin Durant. I always blame him.
That one was on KD.
Because to me, he's that good. I blame KD against Boston. I blame him against the Suns because he's that good. All the contact to get swept, I blame him.
The same way Swiper talking about he don't blame KD, but the same way you got to blame the Joker if they get swept. Because they're saying that Joker was this all-world player, this all-time great, untouchable offensive machine who was playing great defense.
So do you blame Kobe in 04 and like LeBron in 11 and all that?
Hold on. I'm saying
he definitely blames LeBron.
No, but did you blame? No, I'm saying this is a genuine question. Like I'm not trying to troll. Like did you all like for you keep the mentality with all-time great? So you blame Kobe in 04 for the 4-1 series?
Yes, hold on. I blame Kobe, and they didn't even say he was the best player on the team. They were saying it was Shaq. All I'm saying is that we're saying that who's the best player? Who they saying is the best player on the team? Dell ain't out here saying that
Jokic, KD.
Hold on. Dell ain't saying that Bradley Beal's better than KD right now. You ain't never heard him say that. Ain't nobody out here out of y'all saying that Jamal Murray is better than Jokic.
So if that's the case, so then why do you give Jamal Murray more credit than Jokic when Denver wins?
Because Jamal Murray been bailing his punk ass front running.
So if that's the case, if you give Jamal Murray more credit than Jokic when they win, why are you not?
What I'm saying.
I'm listening. I heard. Why aren't you giving Jamal Murray the blame when they lose?
Listen to what I said, young fella. Listen to what I said.
I heard you.
Without Jamal Murray bailing Jokic out, he ain't nothing but a stat stuffer.
But what is bailing somebody out?
He ain't nothing. He ain't nothing but KD without Jamal Murray bailing him out late game situations in the NBA Finals, all through the playoffs. We've seen it.
Okay, that's fine. Hold on. I agree with Ticket. I agree with you. If that's all true, if everything you said about Jamal Murray is true, why are you not blaming Jamal Murray for the Nuggets being down 2-0 to the Wolves? Why are you blaming Jokic?
He's hurt.
Oh, okay. But just a quick question.
Swiper's the one who said that.
No, but I thought they were going to be at least 1-1 by this point.
So no, he can't move right. He can't do it right.
I did not say that. I said they should be 1-1 right now at the very least. I literally said that. They should not be down 0-2. They should not be. No, but just to be clear, they should not be down 0-2 though.
Accountable Swiper. This dude over here.
No, Ticket. I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm saying they should be 1-1. The fact that they are not 1-1 means that Jokic and Murray, the team, but the head honcho was Joker. They weren't good enough to get the job done at home like they should have been. So it's their fault. But I think for me, when I hear people talk about this sometimes, the thing that gets me, I guess that makes me just think a little bit. It's like Jordan was getting absolutely dominated by those Pistons team. He never beat the Celtics. Kobe was getting dominated by that Pistons team and then got dominated in the playoff up 3-1 to the Suns in whatever year that was. Mark, I can't remember exactly what year it was. That happened. Shaq got swept 6 times. He was the best player in at least 4 of those series at the very least. And then on top of that, LeBron had the 11 year. Then LeBron, who was the best player in the series in 13-14, got boxed out of that in 5 games. So like I'm saying, like this. For me, this is why this is so interesting in Ticket.
I don't like counting Jordan in those takes, though.
No, but that's fine. That's one player. Just stick to
every series in one. Like it happens.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like what I'm saying is like that's what I'm saying. For all-time great players, they all have these moments where everybody's looking at them funny. But even after they cross the hump, like again, I get MJ had just came back versus the Orlando Magic, but they still got beat down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that still happened. So I understand the context behind it. I guess for me, it's like Durant is not any different than what LeBron was in 11. I think, but LeBron's a better player than Durant. That's why I think, like, sometimes that comparison, Durant is just not in LBJ talks. But I think all-time great players all have these series where you're looking at them funny, Ticket, where you're just like, well, I thought you was that dude. And you were. You were at the apex of your powers.
Is that you and others don't keep the same smoke. Hold on. The same smoke that you have for Joel Embiid.
What are you talking about? What smoke should I have?
No, we're going to talk about what you say on this channel because I've heard you a lot. But you have so much criticism. Hold on. You have so much criticism for Joel Embiid. You have so much criticism for Joel Embiid. Before the playoffs even started, you was dogging Joel Embiid. Talking about
I said he shouldn't play.
No, you.
I said he shouldn't play because of his injuries.
No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about you've been dogging him for his past playoff failures. You said Embiid
he's a dropper in the playoff. What's the conversation?
Hold on. This is my point. Yeah. This is my point to you.
Yeah.
My point to you is that keep that same energy when Jokic is not doing what he's supposed to.
But I'm saying, why would I keep the same energy for a player that's been tremendous throughout his playoff career, though?
What do you mean tremendous, bro? He 1 year they went to the Western Conference Finals because Jamal.
He's only been good in one playoff run.
Hold on, Jamal.
You're only good if you're winning the series.
Jamal Murray balled out in the bubble.
What does that mean, though? Joker hit the game winner. You said he closed it out. Joker hit the game winner in Game 7 versus Rudy Gobert, though.
Jamal Murray's performance against Spidey Mitchell and them in the bubble is what got y'all to the.
Why did they win Game 7? No, but why did they win Game 7?
Why did they get to a Game 7?
No, so this is what I'm saying. So
this is what happens.
Ticket. Hold on, Ticket. So the problem that you set up, Ticket. Again, just to finish this, is you said the reason why you think Jokic is a stat-stuffing bum is because Jamal Murray closed out those games. But I'm saying to you, well, hold on. But that's cool. That's fine. But you pointed to Jamal Murray saving Jokic in these series. Ticket, you got to hold on. This is a communication platform. It's a 1 and 2. So I'm trying to answer that. So if Game 7,
hold on, Ticket. Chill. It's fine. I'm not even like Ticket. Hold on, Ticket.
But chill. Go ahead, Swiper. Finish your point.
I'm not even bothered by it. Like at this
point,
it's about learning how to manage your own emotions. So I'm saying his logic was Jamal Murray closed out those series and carried Joker. I'm saying in Game 7, when Jamal Murray had 18 or 16 points in an 80-78 victory, when Jokic made the game winner over Rudy Gobert, who had 2 Defensive Player of the Years at that time, when he made the game winner, or when he closed out the Portland Trailblazers in Game 6 and scored like 20 whatever in the second half and made the shots to put the game away, or over the course of his playoff run, when he was playing versus the Warriors and putting those shots away at the end of the game, or versus the Lakers, the bubble series, where he went bar for bar with LeBron James down the stretch of the game, and LeBron was just LeBron. So what I'm trying to understand is, if he doesn't get credit for carrying quarters 1 through 3.5, but Jamal Murray gets the credit for ending the game, but yet at the same time in Game 7, when Jamal Murray was hot garbage versus the Portland Trailblazers and versus the Utah Jazz, and it was Jokic that was carrying them, how does that equate to being a dropper like somebody like Joel Embiid, who has a terrible playoff resume? When Joker, his first playoff run, averaged 25, 13, and 8. His next playoff run, he took down the Jazz in Game 7. And in Game 7 versus the Clippers versus Kawhi Leonard at their apex, when they were the championship favorites, he had 20, 16, and 13 or whatever else it was. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, he had 40. He had 40. He did. No, he did. I'm saying Jamal Murray had a good. But I'm not even done with my question. Just go ahead and sit back. So what I'm saying is for this is they played 4 Game 7s. 4 Game 7s. So Jamal Murray has been good in the Game 7 versus the Clippers. He was not good versus San Antonio. And then he did close them out towards the end. And then he had a triple-double. Jokic had a triple-double in the first one. And then over the course of the thing, he's been the consistent closure. The problem with your logic is they are a tandem, because I don't hear that same energy for Shaquille O'Neal when Kobe Bryant is ending the series. I don't hear that at all, because that's just what they do. That's how you operate together. So you saying hold Jokic to the standard I hold Embiid to, when Embiid has nothing to show for it, other than this is the best series in his career. This one or the one he got swept in versus the Boston Celtics. They're not even the same conversation.
He was doing the same thing as Jokic, stat stuffing. But
when was he doing this?
Hold on, but guess what he couldn't do? He couldn't close the deal. So again,
when did Embiid ever have a when did Embiid have a series that Joker had?
Let's go back to the NBA Finals. First of all, Jamal Murray was averaging damn near 30-point triple-double too. So we're not going to take that out of here. And he was hitting. Yes, he did. He almost
in Game 3.
I'm talking about for the series. Didn't he average? How much he averaged in the finals last year?
21 points and 10 assists.
No.
And 7 rebounds.
Excuse me. Was that against the Lakers?
No, against the Lakers, he averaged
32, 5, and 5. 32, 5, and 5. And Jokic averaged 28, 15, and 12. 21, 10, and 7 in that series.
Okay, cool. Now, let's go back. You said about the bubble, you was talking about how Jokic finished off the Game 7. How the hell did they get to the Game 7 when Jamal Murray was carrying his ass the whole rest of that series?
How was he carrying when Joker was playing well?
You supposed to be able to do something when Jamal Murray got you.
But did Joker average 26 points a game on damn near 50, 40, 80 over the course of those games?
Jamal Murray was dropping multiple 50-point games just to get y'all through that series.
That's his job, though. Why is that not just his job?
His job is
to be a number 2. To score 50. No, Mars, you're not that dull. I know you're not, Mars. So I know you hear what I'm saying.
He's going 50. He said that's his job.
No, but the problem is, y'all know, if you have a secondary player, your job is to play at your level. Jamal was cooking, so he let him do his thing. But Joker averaged great over the course of that series. So I don't understand like why that takes away from him. Or the same thing with Jamal, because you know what ticket all happened last year when I said Jamal Murray's a top 20 player in the league. Do you know what people did to me? They said, well, he's playing next to Nikola Jokic. He's the best player in the world. His stats are inflated because he's playing next to Joker. So it works both ways. I think it's all dumb. They play together. They play together.
Who's the best one-on-one player in the NBA to you?
Right now?
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Best one-on-one player in the NBA right now? Yeah. Shea.
Is Shea the best player in the NBA to you?
I said one-on-one.
So that's my problem, though. Shea.
No, you asked me. Hold on. You asked me a question. You said, "Who's the best?"
You answered it. Right. My point is, this is why all of this stuff is like conflicting. Why? You're blame. You keep saying that Murray carried Jokic, and I'm not on the Jokic bandwagon like these people are. I've never been. Like they know, I've never been there. Mm-hmm. But it's not. Y'all tell me this. It's not a one-on-one game. He's on his team for a reason. That's like hold on, time out. Wait. That's like you saying a defender, for him locking up somebody, is incorrect for him to do so because that helps the team win. It's not a one-on-one sport. So no matter what Murray is doing, Jokic is the best player on that team.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. So realistically, then we should be looking at Shea as the best player in the effing league. Then
no, you should.
Hold on, because I'm gonna cook your sorry ass right now.
No,
if you look at it, him being the best one-on-one player got his team as the best team in the West.
No, it's not. No, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not why they're the number one seed. That's not why they're the number one seed. That's not why they're the number one seed. It's because of their defense. It's because of their shooting. It's because they have one of the perfect constructed rosters in the NBA. That's not why. That's not why.
They're a lottery team without him.
What do you mean they're a lottery team?
They were factually a lottery team without Chet last year.
They're a lottery team without
So what were they without Chet then? Are they a lottery team? Are they still number one seed?
Who's their record without Shea in the games he missed this year?
Why are we doing this?
Okay.
No. I'll look. Hold on. Here's my point, Chilltown.
I feel like people haven't actually watched OKC all year. That's the real problem.
He asked me about the best one-on-one player in the league, right?
Right,
Chilltown?
Right.
I said it's Shea. But here's the difference between Shea and that punk ass Kevin Durant he praised.
Punk?
Shea,
2-5.
Right. Shea, his production is leading to wins. And he undefeated in the playoffs. Now put that in your
Are the Thunder a better team than the Suns?
Listen.
The Thunder are definitely better.
Hold on. He's undefeated right now in the playoffs, Chilltown.
Listen.
They just played Zion. They played a team without their best player in the first round. And then Lucas
hold up, y'all. Hold on. Go ahead, Dale.
When Shea takes OKC to 4 out of 5 or 3 out of 4 Western Conference Finals and all that stuff, come talk to me. Because you're comparing a young Shea up and coming to Kevin Durant right now. It doesn't make sense because that OKC wave Shea is doing it. Boy already did that to a different type of level. So this is the problem with some of you. Like you forget this, the Kevin Durant you know now, that OKC Shea, what they doing? Come on, bro. Stop it.
Kevin Durant had a way better team.
This year? No, we didn't.
No.
OKC KD.
They went to the finals, didn't they?
I'm talking about Kevin Durant with the OKC Thunder, with all them dudes that on the team, with Serge Ibaka, with all them guys.
That's my problem with you, Ticket. Why are you not saying Kevin Durant carried that team?
Serge Ibaka.
Why are you not saying he carried that team?
You had all them dudes on the
Kevin Durant carried that team.
Stop lying, man.
Why are you bringing up team concept?
You're better than me, bro.
No,
you had the 6th man of the year. You had Russell Westbrook All-Star. You had Kevin Durant. You had a loaded team.
I thought the best player was meant to get all the credit.
For Murray to carry Jokic, say KD carried that team because that's what
Shea carried his team.
Okay.
No, he's not. No, he is not.
How does that work? So only Shea gets the credit for being the best player in their team?
No, he's not.
Yes, Swiper. Yes.
No, he is not.
Hold on. How he ain't carrying his team when they?
I have an answer. I have an answer. Would you like to hear it? Would you like to hear it? Shea's an incredibly good player, but you also know that J-Dub has excelled this year. Chet has excelled this year. Casey Wallace has excelled this year. Isaiah Joe has excelled this year. Even bringing J-Will off the bench when they have him staggered next to Chet. They're one of the best defensive teams in the NBA. They're long. They're very aggressive at the point of attack. Lou Dort's one of the best defenders in the league, and Mark has utilized his personnel better than most coaches have in the league. The whole team, from top to bottom, is very good. They're very good. And then here's SGA at the top of it, because that's the way it works. Go ahead.
I just got a question for you. I got a question for you, Ticket. Question for you, Ticket. Ticket, define what carrying the unit looks like to you.
Averaging 30 and your next best player don't even average 20.
What?
I told you.
So
Kyrie
not
is
so
just
not so
offense.
so
I
wait
told
wait
you.
so
I
not
said
so not
that.
OKC.
I said
So not
Kyrie is
OKC
just
then.
offense.
Could J-Dub averaging 20? So not OKC.
No,
That's
he
what you're
averaged
saying.
19, sir.
Yeah, you should have known that was gonna happen. I told you, carrying is just offense. It don't matter.
That man averaging 11. And guess what? When KD played with OKC, he still had another dude averaging 20 and Russell Westbrook. He still had another dude averaging 16 and James Harden. He still had Serge Ibaka, one of the best defensive players in the world. You still had big grandmama Kendrick Perkins. You still had Derek Fisher. You still had Cephalosha. You want me to keep cooking?
Yes, keep going, Ticket. Yes, keep going. Yes, keep going, Ticket. Please.
We can say.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not cooking.
I am that team. Hold on.
No, you're not cooking.
Talking about that team. Dale and Swipe was talking about ain't nothing like what Shea pushing right now. Matter of fact, hold on. I'm gonna give you something else. That ain't nothing like what Jalen Brunson pushing right now in the NYC. So sit down and shut the hell up, man.
So is Jalen Brunson carrying better than Kevin Durant?
Tiltown, since you want to bring your old ass in this, do you think? Hold on, Tiltown, hold on, Tiltown. Do you think? Hold on.
Aren't y'all the same age?
Tiltown, and you take that shirt sticking where the sun don't shine.
Ticket, you're almost the same age as him.
Let me tell you something.
48 years old.
So do you think a prime KD could do what
Ticket,
Jalen
you got
Brunson
gray in your beard. Call somebody else old.
Hold on, Swiper. Do you think a prime KD could do what Jalen Brunson's doing right now with this current Knicks roster?
Do I think a prime KD could
see? He got to think about it, Ron. He's a hoe. I know that he's a hoe.
So
how dare you think about
so he called you old and then referenced word of mouth from Ludacris in 2001. He called you old. He called you old.
Dub word of mouth, though. Shout out word of mouth.
Ron. But Ron, but this is what I talk about when it's levels.
Watch this. Watch this.
It's supposed to be an automatic yes or no.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Whoa. Wait a minute. Ron, wait a minute, Ron.
Let him go. Go ahead, chill. Go ahead.
Yes.
You a damn lie, man.
There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go.
And you know you lying too. You know you lying, bro.
Wait, chill. What'd you say, chill?
I said yes. And I said yes. And I said yes to make a point.
Hey,
but yes to what, Chill?
If that's the case, Swiper, if that's the case, Chilltown thinks this. Chilltown thinks if AD can take those same teams that LeBron had without no other superstars.
Start your question over, Ticket. What did you say? No, what did Ticket say?
Ticket, one question, and we can move on, Ron. One question. Ticket.
No, we don't need to move on, Ron. Stop telling him to move on.
The question was
prime.
Just relax. The people are enjoying this.
Is Jalen Brunson right now better than prime Kevin Durant?
Yes.
Ticket. He doing more than what KD did this point.
Answer the question. Right now. Hold on. Right now, Jalen Brunson's better than prime Kevin Durant. Right now. Move on.
And look, and hold on. And guess what? The results and the numbers prove it.
The results are what? Didn't Kevin Durant get to the NBA Finals? Did that not happen?
With all-time help.
What do you mean all-time help? I'm sorry. Wait. Do I remember Andre Roberson and Cephalosha on that roster? I can't seem to remember. Kendrick Perkins, 2 points a game. 2 points a game, Kendrick Perkins. Do I remember correctly?
Players in the league.
So wait a minute. Is OG Anunoby one of the best defensive players in the league? Isaiah Hartenstein, Mitchell Robinson, Josh Hart, are they not one of the best defensive teams in the NBA? I'm confused. Somebody help me understand. So wait a minute. Also, since you're of this mindset, tell me this. Help me out. Chill, because my basketball knowledge is very limited next to the final boss. Did Allen Iverson peak higher than Kevin Durant because he took that team to the NBA Finals in 2001?
He said this like
no, Bars. I get it. I just want him to speak for himself.
Hold on. This is one thing you don't know about me. I've always said on this channel, AI is better than Kevin Durant.
Okay, cool. I just want to hear the delusion. I just needed to hear the delusion in my head. I just need to hear the delusion in my head.
I want to say one thing to you, Swiper. Here's the problem that we get into, and y'all do the same thing with Jokic.
Y'all do.
Hold on. Let me say this.
No, you ain't saying nothing to me, boy.
Swiper, I want to say this, homie. I want to say this. Y'all get into what y'all do is with some of these guys. Y'all look at their efficiency and certain statistical numbers. Y'all not combining that. Hold on. Y'all not combining that with impact. Because if we
wait. What do you mean impact? What do you mean impact?
Hold on, please.
Because if we combine it with impact, your sorry ass wouldn't be talking shit because when Jamal Murray wasn't around, even though Jokic put out all them numbers, it wasn't good enough to get their ass.
What would Jamal Murray be without Nikola Jokic? Hey, Dell, would Jamal Murray be an all-star if Nikola Jokic wasn't on the roster with him?
I gotta read this super chat. I gotta read this super chat.
You got it, Ron. You got it.
It's a $25 super chat. It's alluding to this topic. Y'all gonna be able to get right back into it. My man Pip named Slickback said ticket. Josh Hart, Hartenstein, Dante are averaging double figures a night and playing elite defense. What Brunson is doing is impressive, but who on the Sixers or Pacers could stop an even 21-year-old KD from averaging 35?
Let me say this right now.
Didn't he average 31 points a game in 2008, 9, 10? But didn't he do it on all-time efficiency as a 21-year-old?
He averaged 30 and 10 in the finals.
He directed it towards me. Let me answer that question because he easy work. Now watch this right here, ladies and gentlemen. See, you just talking about KD's points. I ain't talking about points, Bob. Big Ox.
Defense?
Hold on. Listen. Bob,
Rebounding?
Big Ox. What else do we talk about other than scoring? We talk about impact on game of your teammates. All
young KD?
Hold on. All them dudes Jalen Brunson's playing with, just a year before, they were considered role players and journeymen in the NBA.
They are role players.
Now, hold on. Wait. So when they get with Jalen Brunson, they level up because Josh Hart played with LeBron James. He ain't look like this. Josh Hart played with Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram. He ain't look like this. Josh Hart played with Dame Dollar. He ain't look like this.
Different
Dante DiVincenzo played with the babyface assassin Stephen Curry. He ain't look like this.
So wait. Is Jalen Brunson better than Steph Curry? Is that what I'm hearing?
Isaiah Hartenstein played with Kawhi Leonard and them boys. He ain't look like this.
Is Jalen Brunson better than Steph Curry?
Swiper, let him finish his point, then he gonna have to answer that question. Hold on, we gonna make him answer that.
When they get with Jalen Brunson, this shows you his impact on his team, impact on winning, and his ability to allow his numbers to define. Hold on.
No, Ticket. You are the most subverting, lying man on this platform. You said that they were losing to the 76ers, and I had to convince you that they were going to do it because Jalen Brunson would be the best player in the series. And now, 2 weeks later, he's changing his tune, and Jalen Brunson is a better carrier than Kevin Durant, than Steph Curry, and even than Nikola Jokic, even though literally last week he said that the Knicks would not win the series. But all of a sudden, here we are, Dale. He's better than KD ever was. All of a sudden, here we are, Chill. He's better than Steph Curry ever was all of a sudden. Now here we are. He's better than Nikola Jokic because he's carrying Dante DiVincenzo and the rest of them. You, sir, are a trickster, and you are not Loki. You are a trickster, and I see your game. Hey, guess what? You Drake. I'm Kendrick. Take that L on the way out, little boy.
First of all, you're a liar, sir. And let me answer your question by saying this. First of all, I was the only one on this channel pushing Jalen Brunson. That's the reason why I got suspended, and that's all I got to say about that when I was pushing him against Becky. So let's get that clear right now. So you wasn't nowhere to be around. You was a wannabe me. You was a pack in the air somewhere. We ain't never heard of you push shells through your convertible. Now, let's get back to the other thing I said before that. So all I'm saying is that we ain't never seen KD. We ain't never seen all these dudes y'all call so-called stars, except for LeBron James when he was in the East with lower-level opponent or teammates at certain times, carry a team the way we're seeing Jalen Brunson make those other guys better and carry a team. KD have always been on great all-around talented teams. You had a Hall of Famer in Russell Westbrook. You had a Hall of Famer in a Rookie of the Year in James Harden. You also had one of the best defensive players in the world. Hold on. You have one of the best defensive players in the world.
We ignore Tyreek Evans.
Right? Hold on. So let's get this clear. So, and them dudes ball with KD and after KD. All I'm saying is this. You can't convince me right now. Can't nobody convince me in this channel right now that that the other guys that's playing with Jalen Brunson right now, Josh Hart, OG, got daggone Dante DiVincenzo can go to other teams and have the same impact they're having playing beside Jalen Brunson right now. You know why? Because they played on multiple teams and they didn't.
I seem to remember, Dale, 2021 versus the Milwaukee Bucks. And he had one other player show up, maybe in any of those game 6s and 7 down the stretch of those games. He might have won those games.
Listen,
but, whatever. It's all good.
I'm just trying to stay at what Ticket is saying. Ticket. So this is where, when I started, as I said, Kevin Durant get treated differently, because back then when Kevin Durant was a young pup with all those young OKC people, you can't say he had James Harden, he had Russell Westbrook and all those players based on what they became today. Back then.
Hold on. James Harden is 6th man of the year.
Okay.
Scott Brooks was the coach of the year. What are you talking about?
Stop. Please.
You want me to cook your ass some more?
Please let me finish. Tibbs was a coach of the year before, right? Right? Tibbs was a coach of the year before, wasn't he?
Not with Jalen Brunson. Scott Brooks was coach.
Scott Brooks is coach of the year because of Kevin Durant. Like, stop. Let's talk now. Let's have a conversation now. I hate when people use what James Harden became, what Russell Westbrook became for 2011. Because back then in the finals, KD was 30 against Braun in them Super Boys. Nobody else showed up. None of those players you're naming showed up.
Magic called Russell Westbrook the worst point guard.
Nobody showed up. He averaged 31 against Bosh, Wade, and Braun.
Average 27 games.
Listen, if you're blaming it on playoffs and all this stuff, let's stay there. Because all the regular season shit don't matter. We're talking about playoffs. When we get to the finals, the 21-year-old Kevin Durant averaged 31 and 7 against.
And Russ averaged 27.
In the finals?
Yes. Now shut the hell up.
Stop it.
Shut your ass up. Mars, what did James Harden average in the finals?
Stop it. Stop
what did James Harden average in the finals, Mars?
Stop it. Let's not do this.
What did James Harden average in the finals? I mean, what did Russell Westbrook average in the finals?
You don't want to know what James Harden.
What did Russell Westbrook average in the finals? 27,
Let's not do
right?
this. Let's not do
He
this.
averaged 27, 5, and 6 on 43% from the field and 13% from three.
Now, so let me.
Russ played terrible that series.
Well, he didn't play terrible. He just didn't shoot
Russ
well.
didn't play well in the finals against Miami. At all.
I mean, he had a couple good games. I'm not saying he played terrible, but just
No, he had the 43-point game, which is now led his averages out to 27.
Yeah,
but James Harden averaged 12 points a game in that series. By the way,
bringing up all those numbers and saying all this. Stop it.
No. So all I'm saying to Dell is this. This is all I'm saying to Dell.
And after this, we got to move on, y'all. After this, we got to move on.
Move on to what?
You ain't got a $25 donation.
Hey, Yoki Swiper.
Tell them hoes to send $25.
You might want to jump off the show, Swiper.
Well,
we about to move on too. You might want to get up out of here.
Ron, I'm not you. I don't have to lie and fabricate stuff. That's what I don't understand. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand how Ticket is up here capping and clapping for Jalen Brunson when Jalen Brunson was the dude he said was getting put out the series by Joel Embiid.
Excuse me. I said, hold on. Once again, you a liar and you spread the narrative.
You didn't say that the 76ers were winning.
I literally said, hold on. If Ron plays the tape, I literally said I'm not picking them to lose because of Jalen Brunson. I said
that's not what the question is.
Hold on. Listen to what I said though. I said the only reason why I picked them to lose is because he don't have his big man in Julius Randle, and I felt like Joel Embiid would take advantage of that in the post, not because of Jalen Brunson, man.
Say OVO, say OVO.
Yo, let's see if you're doing the giddy dance when we get ready.
I don't, bro. I'm not bothered. Ticket. Even though the Nuggets are down, I'm up. I'm 5-0 versus you. I've sweat. I feel great. This is a great day for me. Dell, it's good to see you again, brother. I got your back. I'm not gonna let this man lie and tell me Jalen Brunson better than PKD. Get out of here.
He is. Yeah. He is.
Yo, Delroy. Before I gotta read some super chats. Before we do that, Dale, I gotta ask you, what's your thoughts on this Knicks and Pacers series?
Oh my god!
Hold on. Look at your poll you just put up. That's a goddamn lie. Look at that poll Ron just put in the chat. That's disgusting. That's hate on PC. That's hate. That is hate. KD is a better option for this Knicks team than Jalen Brunson. That's effing hate, bro. That's hate. That's a shame. All y'all should be ashamed, and your stripes should be stripped of y'all, bro. Straight up. He ain't nowhere near the leader. He ain't nowhere near to encourage your teammates, and he ain't nowhere near the clutch performer as this dude. They had an article they called KD Mr. Unreliable right there in OKC.
So if you like clutch players all that much, why don't you like LeBron James? If you love clutch players, why don't you like LeBron James?
Why? Because he stacked the deck and lost not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, but 6 NBA finals.
What was your question?
Go ahead, Ron.
How do you feel about this Pacers and Knicks series? Talk to me about what you see.
Probably the only Knicks fan up here. I'm pretty excited. I think Knicks possibly in 5. We need to get that done in 5 to get OG some rest, to get Brunson some rest. I think game 3 is the biggest game of the series so far. Like they can't lay an egg. Like if they lose on some buzzer or heartbreak, I'm cool, but they can't go to Indiana and lay an egg. I think I've been saying this for months now. I think the world overhyped Tyrese Halliburton a little bit. Like they gave him the fast cards. Yeah, I gave him the fast cards pretty soon. I think this is just me personally.
Too soon? Did you jump the gun, Dale? You think?
Yeah, a lot of people jumped the gun on Tyrese. A lot of people jumped the gun on Halliburton. He played well last game.
Who got disrespected because of that? Me? When I was the only one up here saying that these dudes was lying in their rhymes. I'm the only one that got disrespected for saying that. Ron, you, and the rest of the
Ron loved Hallie. Ron always loved Hallie.
He looked pretty damn nice last night.
No, he played well yesterday. But I think it just for New York, the energy right now down there is just crazy. The Knicks go to the Eastern Conference Finals. If you anywhere on that side, that it's wicked. Y'all can see sense the guard.
KD ran from that.
400 on him.
KD said the Knicks wasn't cool. Yeah, KD ran from that. He said the Knicks weren't cool, buddy.
How do we get from Knicks-Pacers back to Kevin?
Because I'm gonna keep my foot on your neck. That's why.
That makes no sense to me, though.
Yeah, it does make sense.
I'm starting to wonder who loves him more, me or you.
You.
No, I don't.
Yeah, Ron, let's go ahead and go to the Denver Nuggets and they sorry asses.
All right, but before we get into that, I gotta show some love to the fans. I gotta show some love to the viewers, and I'm gonna start with our members. We're gonna get into these members chats right from the top. Alan L, he's been a member for 10 months. He hasn't said nothing significant in 10 months, but he did have to say Ron a Goofy, L Ox, L Dub, and Mavs and 6.
Ox, when you see him, what's the move when you see him? Ox? What's the deal?
Man, I've been starting to believe more and more in karma. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta do nothing. He gonna like trip down his stoop or something, fall down 4 or 5 steps. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna get hurt too bad, but he gonna feel it though.
I'm gonna handle him before you have to.
Yeah.
Okay, I get with that.
We got a couple other members too. JJWAD became a member today. Shout out JJ. Show Out Will also became a member. Shout out Will. And shout out Will from yesterday too. Shout out Show Out Will. Definitely. Leaf Dig in the house. Shout out Leaf Dig. He became a member. Kato also became a member. Box Score Watching Wayne became a member today too.
That's the same Leaf that still be jockstrap sniffing Katie along with that other bum right there.
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite player all time ticket? So I just know what this is.
Bean.
Oh, so Kobe didn't have no stinkers and fall offs in playoffs.
No, we ain't saying that. But this is what we don't do. We don't.
I was about to say. At his prime.
I don't argue the way Ticket argue.
You gotta argue the way I argue. We know you lying. Period.
I just talk basketball. You talk.
Yeah, you do talk basketball. That's why you're going to slip, right? That's basketball, right?
I want to know. I want to know who finds it more personal watching basketball and being fan of players. Who take it more personal, me or you? Because a person getting up and leaving a job to you proves something that makes you feel so angry and turn into the Hulk because they just felt. You just said because he never ran from the grind. He had to do he got it from the mud. What does that have to do with you as a man? Explain to me. How does that
show your principles as a man?
How does that make you sleep better?
If somebody beat my ass, and I go join them, well, how that make me feel better as a man?
Bro, that was 8 years ago. Can you let it go?
Hold on.
It hurt his heart that a person
did that. And then you didn't learn no better and asked to go to the number 1 team in the West.
It hurts his heart that a person didn't look at something the way he did. Like, look at him. He's so upset. We really need to sit in a circle and ask Ticket one by one. I could start it. Hey, Ticket, are you okay about the move he made 8 years ago? Does that still bother you? Do you lose sleep at night?
It bothers me because it changes the whole NBA and all these jockstrap sniffers running around.
But what does that have to do with you personally?
Because it hurts my soul.
Why?
Because I love the game of basketball.
But he's still playing basketball. What does it do to you as a man? This is something like, did it give someone not to look up to? Did it change the basketball game for you? I really want to know what affected you so much. Is this from before? Did you lose someone when you was younger? I'm really trying to deep dive into
I came up under a different era. I came up under a different code of the key guys that I like. The key guys that I like would never do that.
Like Kobe didn't almost run to Chicago.
Mike would never go join Reggie. Mike would never go join Isaiah.
Well, speak on Kobe Bryant.
Mike would never go join Larry.
Mike would go
but he did quit.
Mike was gonna go join the Knicks.
He wasn't gonna go join the Knicks. He used that as ransom to get his money from the Bulls.
For $10 million, for $10 million less. For $10 million less. He said,
lying, Real Town.
I'm not lying. This is his word.
No, he did that. You knew.
This is his words.
So
How
I'm
we
not
don't
supposed to
play
believe
for the New
MJ?
York Knicks for $10 million less.
Nah, because Ticket no better because Mike would never do him like that. Mike would
Ask
never.
Mike himself.
He did.
Same way when like Kobe asked for a trade, he ain't asked for a trade for real. He just did it so the Lakers would trade for Pau Gasol.
Yeah, hold on, come on.
Exactly.
Kobe didn't ask for a trade. He was a free agent. He wanted to go to the Chicago Bulls, who were the worst team. Who was one of the worst teams? That is true. He was
Kobe Bryant went on the Stephen A. Smith show.
No, I'm saying he was a free agent when
he ain't asked for a trade though. He ain't asked for a trade.
No. He was a free agent when he wanted to go.
No, he was not, Ticket. No, he was not. Excuse me. Number one.
Here, I have it. No, wait, chill. I'm gonna read verbatim, chill. This is literally what it says, chill. I'm gonna let you go. He said, they asked him, the storylines have been goals. 2007 article, ESPN. The storylines have been in goal for Los Angeles Lakers in last week and hit a crescendo Wednesday when Kobe Bryant said he would welcome a trade. I would like to be traded. Yeah, Bryant said on 1050 ESPN radio in New York. Tough as it is to come to that conclusion, there's no other alternative, Bryant, interviewed by Stephen A. Smith, was asked, is there anything the Lakers could do to change his mind? No, I just want them to do the right thing, meaning to honor his trade request to the Chicago Bulls. Go ahead, chill.
Now, with that being said, let's rewind the clock just a little bit more, Swiper, because if the Los Angeles Lakers do not, I repeat, if the Los Angeles Lakers do not move off Shaq, Kobe Bryant is gone. He is out of there because he is a free agent at that particular time in 2004. He is not staying in Los Angeles because they weren't able to coexist at that point. He was gone. That's not my opinion. That is a fact.
Look at him crying. Look at him crying because he was wrong.
No,
crying because he was wrong. He's gonna
find an article that.
I'm not crying. Hold on. I'm not crying about anything. Kobe Bryant was a free agent after that season.
No, he said I would like to be traded.
No.
He literally saying I would like to be traded.
I'm not saying. Hold on. I'm not saying he didn't say that. I said Kobe was a.
How are you a free agent and you request a trade? How does that work?
You're not. Bro,
so if he was. So if that's true, Ticket. So if he was a free, so let me ask you a question, Ticket.
Nah, you ain't lying.
Thank you, bro.
So at the end of that season, if he requested to be traded, why? And he was a free agent, why not just go to Chicago then?
Because called him and told him they were trading Shaq at the last minute.
He's talking about 04 when Kobe was a free agent.
I'm 100% confident I just said that. If they don't,
I'm saying
that was in Miami already in 07.
No, but Ticket's talking about Kobe's free agency in 04.
Mars, guess what? Mars, I remember I wasn't tripping. Chill. Let me get it. I remember because I was a child. I remember when he signed right after KG did a few years later, the largest contract in NBA history. It said Bryant signed his free agent contract on July 15, 2004. A 7-year deal worth $136 million that had a no-trade clause built into the contract. It would not. He would be able to walk away from the contract 2010, 2011. He asked for the trade in 2007.
I'm not talking about that.
In the contract.
He was talking about Kobe's 04 free agency. That's what you guys are. He's talking about different things.
So just to be clear, Mark. So what he no. So you agree then, Ticket, that he then formally requested a trade in 2007 under contract?
I'm not saying. Hold on. I'm not saying.
Answer the question.
I never said he didn't. All I'm saying is that when he was a free agent, he had already went and he was agreeing to sign with the Bulls. He was then called by the general manager, Mitch Kupchak of the Lakers, and told that they were trading Shaq to Miami and to stay. That's exactly what happened.
Which I just said that.
The hell is you talking about, dog?
I got a $25 super chat from Your Highness Charles. He said Ticket has a point about KD, though. Because the Nets were well run before KD got there, they had a good team with D'Lo, then Woody Allen, and then boys. Shout out Karis LeVert. KD came, stacked the deck, fired the coaches, and then told them to trade him in the end.
Traded all of. He traded all of this. This type of punk KD is, and this is the reason why I told Dale I don't like him. He traded. So y'all think he would have played with Josh Hart, Isaiah Hartenstein, Dante DiVincenzo when he went to the Brooklyn Nets and he had a whole loaded roster and traded all of them for titties over titles? James Harden. Come on, man. Cut it out, bro.
So do the GMs have any job in the NBA or are they just figureheads?
No, they figureheads. You see what Byron Scott said
Hey,
yesterday?
hire me. I'll get paid to be a figurehead.
You see what Byron Scott said about LeBron? Since
I'm
you know
here
more
for
than
that.
coaches,
Yeah.
you know more than the general managers. You running the team, coach.
Hey, hire me. Hey, if GMs are just figureheads, hire me. I'll be a figurehead for anyone. I'll be a figurehead for LaMelo Ball in Charlotte. Why not?
DSG Piccolo said Pacers saying there was 78 missed calls.
Yeah, they went
what?
They went to the league yesterday. We saw again with Josh Hart basically pushing Tyrese Halliburton almost into the bench. All the weak side stuff that they missed and rebounding. Now, again, some of that stuff was marginal, but some of the stuff they should have blown the whistle. Yes, they should have blown the whistle. I won't argue that. Some of the stuff that they should have blown the whistle. But I still think you got to adjust to it. All right, enough of the complaining. Enough of the complaining, because the tide's going to turn when we get to Indiana. Those calls that you weren't getting in New York, you're going to get those calls in Indiana. So you got to adjust. Phil Jackson said it best in 1993 when they lost to the Bulls in those first two games. He said, quote, they're playing their style of ball on their home floor. They're not going to play that style of ball on our home floor. That's a message to the officials. And that's going to turn the tide. So you're going to get the calls that you're looking for when you come home for game 3. You're absolutely going to get those calls.
But don't we have to assume that they missed a lot of calls for the Knicks as well?
Absolutely. It wasn't just, I don't think it was one-sided. I'm sure, Ox, that it was them missing calls for the Knicks. Sure.
Yeah. Carlos sounded like a crybaby.
They all do. They all and they do it. They do it to influence the referees for the next game. Watch how different that whistle is. Watch how different that whistle's going to be in game 3.
Real quick before I gotta go, man. Hey, Swabber, what happened to your goddamn Denver Nuggets, man? What happened to them bums, man? How them bums lose game 2 like that, dog? Since you've been beating me all this time, how the hell y'all? Remember I said that the Minnesota Timberwolves are gonna handle them easy, and I told you I was gonna spare your sorry ass. Now I want you to answer the question: what's going on with Jokic? Where's all this all-time, all-world, great offense, all this other stuff? Go ahead, you got the flow, dog. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah. Since I'm not an excuse maker and propaganda machine like this person over here, I think a lot of this is they've been getting their tails kicked in. They've been complaining too much about foul calls, complained too much in the first quarter. Michael Malone ran on the court. Jamal Murray throwing the stuff on the court. I mean, all of it. They've just been complaining too much. Jokic is averaging 24, I think 24, 12, and 9, but it's not playing well so far the first 2 games. Very eerily similar to 2022 first 2 games versus the Golden State Warriors when he was averaging 24, 10, and 6 on like 45% from the field. And then he turned it up, had 35, 15, and 5 the rest of the way and shot incredible. So I think that's going to have to be the turnaround. But no, they've been complaining. They getting beat up, out physical, outsmarted. And I think game 1 was cool. Game 1's like a game. Like that was a good game. It was 106-99. It all went to the wire, like and they lost fairly. But in this game, they literally got their face beat in. They had the largest home deficit, I think, in at least the Jokic era playoff history. They were down 32 points. I mean, all across the board. Again, game 3 versus the Utah Jazz in 2020, very similar. They got their face beat in, looked like a whole different team. Everybody was out and down on them. They've had a couple moments like this where they get in these games and they kind of fall apart for whatever reason, but then they pick it back up and try to kick it back into overdrive. I think the problem is the Wolves team. They're so aggressive, and what they're doing very smart on their end, they're playing so aggressive in the start of the game. That way they get the refereeing like set. Like, this is what we're going to do. You might call fouls early. Cat got 2 real early, didn't call them the rest of the game because at this point you can't call fouls every game. And the Nuggets, they got so locked into, all right, well, the referees aren't giving us our due. Jamal Murray gets bowled over. He falls over. The next play, KCP gets hit in the lower groin. He's curled up on the side. That's when Michael Malone ran onto the court. Like, what are you doing? That's why Mark Davis didn't give him a tech, because he understood that a whistle should have been blown, and they have a relationship. And so I'm glad they let it go. But Jamal Murray, you can't be doing that. That's what I mean. You became frazzled. Jamal's averaging 12.5 points per game in this series. 12.5 points per game in this series. Not good enough. I don't care if you hurt. I don't care if you injured. It don't matter. You on the court, you got to get it done. You got to show up. Michael Porter Jr. showing. He's still averaging 20 in this series. Jokic, not playing well game 2 for sure, but he's still there. Like, he's still giving you some numbers. He's not shooting well, but I expect him come game 3 to come out and try to make a point. And so a lot of this is the Nuggets not playing well enough, not playing smart enough, not enough on their end. The Minnesota Timberwolves are outplaying them. They're playing smarter than they are, and they're just playing with more urgency. Like, they want this. They need this. The Nuggets, on the other hand, They're playing like a team that won last year and felt like they were going to be able to kind of sleepwalk through the playoffs. Everybody was going to bow down or whatever else it was. Now, I'll say this. They've been in practice. Michael Malone's talked, Jamal Murray's talked, Jokic's talked. Shout out. We even talked about the third MVP that he received yesterday. They seem to be in the mindset they know what they got to do. Even Christian Brown said that we have to master physicality. We can't worry about the refereeing, can't worry about all that other stuff. The problem is though, is Jokic. Because when you see that much pressure again, and the people told me he's getting double team, getting triple team, getting blitzed from the baseline, he's getting blitzed from the top side, and players aren't hitting shots around him. I get it, but I've been consistent about this for years. Again, y'all just met me. Ticket just met me like a month ago. Jordan, LeBron, whoever's considered the apex of their community, an apex of their era. I don't care who you playing against. You have to find a way to solve what's happening in front of you. You do, and I expect that of Joker. If Joker doesn't get it done, then Joker didn't do his job. Because you're the best player in the world. But Jamal Murray can't give you 12 points a game either. So all that put together with the physicality hasn't been there, too much complaining, Joker has to turn it up a level. Whatever you did versus the Phoenix Suns last year or the Lakers, the 28, 15, and 12, the 34, 15, and 10 he had versus the Suns, the Miami series where he averaged, I think, 30, 14, and 7. Whatever it is, you have to go to that level. You are the best in the world. You're the third three-time MVP, first since LeBron. It's on you. And Joker, I think for him, he's so wary ticket about like, all right, I need to get Jamal. I need to get MPJ. I need to get KCP. Sometimes you can't do that. And again, he knows that. But I think in this instance in particular, he was so concerned in game 2. Everybody's falling apart. Ticket. It was 20-28 when he left the game in the first quarter. He comes back in the game, they down 16. Like, the game was over from that point. And I think at that, he kind of like went into that little like, all right, we got to just kind of start playing basketball and get everything going together and all that other stuff. But the problem is, ticket game 3 come around. I expect you, best player in the world. I don't give a damn if nobody else show up. You better put up 25, 30 shots this game and make it go and see what happens. But the problem is the Nuggets are not 26 point worse than the Timberwolves. That means your mental was bad. That means here's the thing. I don't think that they will, given how basketball history has worked. But have they come back from 3-1 twice? They've been down in series before, so we've seen them do it. And again, they go to Minnesota, they do their job on their end, handle their business, and it's 2-2 coming up. The next, when you get back to Denver, then the momentum sits in the series. Right now, Minnesota has everything on their end throughout the playoff because they're 6-0 through the playoffs so far. They haven't faced any adversity just because nobody's pushed them to the brink. The Nuggets on the other end, they have been, since they entered the playoffs, some people are speculating they went too hard at the end of the regular season, all this sort of stuff. I don't know what it is. All I know is they've been kind of lazy, laissez-faire. And again, that's their fault through the playoffs so far. And so this instance, game 3, everything on the line in Minnesota on Friday, I expect the best player in the world to do what he needs to do. I expect the team to show up, play better defense, to communicate better. I expect Jamal Murray to give something. You can't do 0 in the first half, Jamal. He had 17 on 6-9 shooting in the second half in game 1. But you can't do that. Like, you can't do that. That's what I'm saying. Jamal Murray has to be better. But the team has to respond to leadership, and it starts at the top.
I'm going to leave you like this, because I see all these buffoons in the comment section running their candy-ass mouth. It's nice little soliloquy you just gave, but it would have been nice if you would have said this before the series when you was talking all that big boy talk. After game 1, you were sitting up here talking down the Ox, talking down the Chilltown, talking about Jokic. Yeah, you was telling them what Jokic and them would do in game 2 and what they couldn't do to Jokic and couldn't do to this team. You were telling us everything that the Nuggets were going to do.
Didn't people think they were going to win game 2 up here, though?
No, I didn't. I said they was going to get swept.
I don't remember the conversation. I remember talking about should Rudy Gobert play.
Right. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. But I remember particularly trying to get a bet with you, Ticket, that you avoided twice because you said bad luck.
You thought Chilltown. You thought that they could win game 2?
I did think that. I said that if they lost game 2, I thought the series was over. I did say that.
So you do think the series is over?
I don't think we're coming back to Denver. I don't.
With Mars?
I want to see OKC versus Minnesota.
So, I'm asking you, do Denver have a shot?
Swiper, to your point.
Until they're out of the playoffs, they have a shot. They could be down 3-0.
No, do you think they can win this series? Do you think that?
Yeah, any team that's in a series, I think they can win the series.
Mar, you a lying piece of shit.
Swiper, to your point, when you talked about Joker having to raise his level, it sounds like you just got to play through the physicality. That's exactly what it sounds like.
Play through it in a way that's like
in a smart way. Sure, you're not. What I'm not going to do. It's not just going to be mano a mano. I'm going to stand in the middle of the ring and I'm just going to start throwing. We're just going to start throwing punches at each other. No, I won't want to do that. But if I'm going to play through the physicality and I need to be more of a scorer, I think that plays into what Minnesota wants to do, because now what they're doing is they're individualizing Denver, just like they did with Phoenix, where Minnesota is a great one-on-one defensive team. In addition to being a great defensive team, they're a great one-on-one defensive team. So for them to have Joker go into a one-on-one mode with them, I feel like that plays right into their hands, because Denver's offense is predicated on continuity, it's motion, all of that sort of action.
But the Nuggets defense was bad the first couple games. They've been so.
The defense has been bad the whole playoffs.
Well, I mean, but I'm saying, like, but I think with the Lakers, though, like, the Lakers had an excuse, given that they had been a really good offense in January 1st. Anthony Davis and LeBron, that's a different option. The problem is they've been so over-concerned with over-helping at times that they're leaving Naz Reid or Cat or whoever. Like, they're just leaving them open because they're just overstimulated almost. And I think some of this is, like, you have to be able to respond. And again, it's almost as if, like, a team that hasn't been there before. And so that's what the frustrating thing about it is. Like, a lot of people bringing up the Mavs in 2011 when they swept the Lakers and Kobe Bryant averaged 23 points a game in that series, and, like, they got dismantled. Some of this is, like, similarly, the Lakers in that series and then the Nuggets in this series look like they just came off a run and kind of just expected certain things to go their way. And I think that the Nuggets on their end, they have to respond to the moment. And again, I talked about this on Lockdown a little bit. There's a difference between reacting and responding. The Nuggets have been reacting to everything. They've been reacting. Everything's emotional.
Does your last question I got for you? Does your opinion on Jokic change if they get dominated? Hold on, you ain't finished hearing my question yet.
I'm just gonna be a no.
But you didn't hear. Hold on, you didn't hear my question. My question is that they continue to get dominated like they did in Game 2 the rest of this series. Your opinion on Jokic doesn't change?
In Game 2, like, do I expect them to lose by 26?
I'm saying that they get dominated in this series. Like, all these games are 12 to 15-point games. I'm talking about they just look overmatched, and Jokic don't look like he just any matchup for these guys. That doesn't change any way that you've been feeling the stuff you've been saying about Jokic?
Well, one, I don't think that's going to happen. Number two, no, like a 4-game sample size should change everything about a dude's career in their prime. No, of course not.
The only reason why I say this is because it is. And the last thing I'm going to say, me and Mars talked about this the other day. Look at how they won a championship last year. 8th seed, 7th seed, whatever. They played against the worst seeds in the NBA to win a championship. They didn't beat any 50-win teams in any series.
Do you know why they didn't, though? Like, let me ask you this, Ticket. Do you think they would have had a harder time with the Memphis Grizzlies and Sacramento Kings last year as opposed to the Lakers and Suns?
I can't say Memphis because
Well, the Sacramento, they were a 3 seed. So do you think they would?
Yeah, I think Sacramento would have gave them a different type of series. Sacramento won 7 with the Warriors.
Then the Lakers, the Warriors were flawed. That's why they won 6-2 to the Lakers, though.
No. I said Sacramento. You said Sacramento.
But they lost to the Warriors, who then got dominated by the Lakers.
No, I'm saying, but they went 7. I'm saying they went 7 with the Warriors. What I'm saying.
Do you think they would have beat the Lakers in the playoffs last year?
No, I'm saying they give y'all a different look, though. I'm saying I like their team gives y'all styles make fights. Their team give y'all a different look. All I'm saying is this, bro. It brings up to the stuff that we looked at. They didn't beat any 50-win teams to win a championship. When's the last time a team won a chip and didn't have to beat any 50-win teams along the way? Well, then not only that,
what
you guys had advantages of playing teams who had injuries, guys who were injured.
Who was hurt last year?
You add that along with the fact that y'all didn't beat any 50-win teams to go win that championship, and now you come back this year and get smoked. Just ran out the building.
But that 50-win team thing means nonsense to me. Like they had 2 50-win teams that they beat in the bubble. Does that matter more than what they did last year?
And on top of that, to get smoked like you said, Ticket. I mean, it's not like they're going up against a good team. This is the best defensive team in the game that they're going up against.
But then, hold on.
10 in the last 15 years.
That's not my fault. Chilltown, they say Jokic was the best offensive player of all time, better than Kobe, better than Mike, better than all these guys.
But LeBron had a stinker in 2011. Does that take away from his greatness as an offensive player?
He was the greatest offensive player ever to play the game.
LeBron is a top 3 offensive player of all time, depending on who you ask. So that doesn't make any sense to me.
I disagree with that.
You disagree with Michael Jordan?
Who is the greatest offensive player of all time?
Huh?
Who is the best offensive player in your estimation, Ticket, in the history of the game? Who's the best offensive player ever?
Oh, Jordan.
Okay, so let's just
hang
on.
Did you know Jordan in the 1997 playoffs against the Miami Heat shot 39?
Garbage.
Come on. Hold on.
Garbage, Mars.
Let me say this to you. And what playoffs, Mars?
In 97.
1997 playoffs.
97.
Right, hold on. And what was the end result?
They won.
They won the
Okay,
series.
shut your ass up. Then, Lou.
Okay. So there we go. So I just, I wanted to get.
Hold on. Go Mars. Go Mars. Hold on. Mars, you got it. Mars, you got it.
I want to clarify with Ticket. Jokic can play as bad as he wants. If the Nuggets win, you will say nothing about his performance.
No, you're not hearing what I'm saying to you.
No. Answer the question.
No,
if the Nuggets win, no matter how Jokic plays,
listen,
you will say nothing negative.
No.
As long as they win.
Hold on, no, because you won. But
okay,
if you lose,
that's fine. So,
if
so we
you lose,
don't have to talk about anything.
hold on.
As long as you win, you can
But
play
this is what I'm
terrible,
saying
you can
to
play
you.
great. It doesn't
Hold on.
matter. Okay, fine.
Oh, this is what I'm saying to you. You can't push. You can't. I'm not saying you. I'm saying in general. You can't push narratives. Say a dude's the greatest offensive player ever to play the game of basketball, and then he gets smoked by Rudy and got daggone cat or dude.
What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Why did you say Rudy and them? What does that mean?
Like
you realize this is one of the most dominant defenses since the year 2000, right?
This
is one of the most dominant defenses since the year 2000.
Yes.
Now all of a sudden they got none of y'all picked them to go to the championship. Now all of a sudden they got me, right?
I don't.
Whoa! Stop! Hang on. Hang on.
Chill believed in them.
So don't say none of y'all.
Still ain't believe in Nas Reed. I talked to
Ticket. If I'm not mistaken,
Nas Reed is in the Timberwolves.
Okay, you and I had a conversation, and I'm 100% confident that I said the team that could challenge the Denver Nuggets in the Western Conference was who? Here's my microphone, Ticket. Go ahead. Tell everybody.
They beat them.
Tell it. Say Ticket. Say who I said.
You ain't say like Michael Jackson. You ain't say.
I ain't say beat them. I said who could challenge them. Ticket.
I said Minnesota would give them the biggest challenge in the playoffs period.
And the reason why I said that was because of their defense. Is the microphone, Ticket. Talk about it. Go ahead.
I'm talking about it to you.
But I don't understand this. Jordan had plenty of stinkers throughout his playoff career.
And
so did Kobe. So did
Yeah,
LeBron.
if you win, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
If you win, it doesn't.
And then when he lost, it was because he's going against Hall of Famers. It doesn't matter.
Wait, no, hold on. No, Ticket, you're going to tell me that if Jordan, wait. So you're going to tell me that anything prior to 91, if Jordan had a bad playoff series because he was too young,
no, he was going against Hall of Famers.
Hold on 1 second. Mars, I want to answer that question before I go. What was the bad playoff series he had before 91?
He was losing in 3 games.
I didn't ask you that. Hold on, little boy. I didn't ask you that. I asked him. Hold on. Because against the Celtics, what did he average, Chilltown, on one leg?
One leg.
What did he average?
On one leg.
What did he average?
He's talking about 86. He's talking about 86 when they lost in 3 games.
He did not.
Chilltown. You watched it while we wasn't even alive.
I was right.
What did he average?
You was 3 years old.
What did he average, Chilltown?
I think he averaged.
Talking to me about 86. Like you was watching the game.
I think he averaged almost. I think he averaged 40.
He averaged 43 because he had a game of 63.
Hold on.
And then in the final game he had 19. But I mean, we just ignore that.
Wait a minute. But the game before that he had 49.
Yeah, and then in the last game he had 19.
All those years,
in a 3-game series,
when he came in the league, up until 91. Tell me one bad series Jordan had.
1989, the Eastern Conference
How much he average?
The Eastern Conference Championship.
How much he average?
100%. The last 3 games he averaged 23.
How much did he average?
He was averaging 35 a game for the first 3 games of the series.
How much did he average for the series?
Okay. Once again, we've already been over this average thing. The reason why we've already been over this average thing because we just saw Devin Booker average 14 a game for the first 3 games and put up 50 in the last game, and now that turns into what, 27? So all of a sudden, he averaging almost 30 a game. Jordan, on the other hand, you're talking about averages. He averaged 35 a game for the first 3 games. The first 2 games. Got the door shut on him in the last 3 games, and they end up getting mopped out the playoffs.
Hey, that brother, you telling me to leave? Who is you? Brush your teeth, bro. I'm going.
Lay the ticket.
Your Highness Charles sent through a $25 super chat. My bad, Your Highness. We had to get through that topic. We had to. But back to what he was saying. He said when KD signed with the Nets, he told them play DeAndre Jordan over Jared Allen. He told them fire Kenny Atkinson. What did KD do in Phoenix? He fired Monty, traded Aiden and CP3. He would get Tibbs fired and trade Hart.
I would have sworn my HBO fired Monty Williams, but I mean, I guess we just. So if a team wins, do we give the player the credit for being the GM too? Is that how it works, or do you just blame them when it doesn't work?
I believe Mars. I believe what you referred to it as Mars is winning bias. It changes everything.
Wait, did KD play with Jared Allen?
No, he was on the move.
He got moved in the James Harden trade.
So they played,
which apparently KD made. Did they might have played like a couple of games. If I remember. I'll check. Let's just check. The 21 season, Jarrett Allen played 12 games on the Nets that year. So yeah, 12 games.
So in that 12 games, he told him to play DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, and then KD obviously traded him and all of those things and fired Kenny Atkinson because KD makes the decisions.
Early Cofield sent through a super chat. He said, Ron, Swiper owe me some answers. Immediately? Anybody?
Immediately.
Chippendale's got some explaining to do. So the reference to the video again.
You explained it all 10 minutes ago. So he got his answer.
All right. Nate Orr said Buddy is a casual. Also, he's been a member for 13 months. Do we know who Buddy is? Is he talking about Buddy in the chat or?
Someone's a casual. I agree with whoever is calling a casual.
Maybe more than likely.
JJWAD said KD played well in that series, though. He averaged 26.8 points, 55.2% from the field, 6.5 rebounds, 3.3 assists, and 1.5 blocks. The team construction wasn't good. They had no facilitator.
It was okay.
Jay Got Game said, ticket high. Leon Rose is the architect of the Knicks team. From good contracts to movable pieces, his masterpiece will be this offseason, the cherry on top, this Knicks team.
Well, again, the 100, I believe that 150 million that ticket talking about. I mean, in today's NBA, that's a very team-friendly, movable contract. So if you got a dude on the books for $22-25 million, a guy with the caliber of OG Anunoby, especially if you prop him up when he's playing good, you can get some good pieces back for him. That's not a bad contract.
Well, and then he's going to get closer to Jaden anyway. I just think that's just
like
you have to have a player like that on your roster if you're the Knicks. So they're not going to let him go for nothing.
No, they can't.
Swiper, Masinko G sent through a super chat. He's been a member for 8 months, but I want you to read this.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, OVO, OVO, say OVO, OVO. We got Drake in here tap dancing and all that stuff.
Oh.
If you haven't liked the video, go ahead and hit that like button. Also, join the Telegram group chat. We constantly in here talking football, basketball, UFC, boxing. It's a whole bunch of different subgroups within the Telegram group. Y'all go ahead and join up. It's pinned at the top of the chat. Come have a good time with us. We all in there. Also, we're gonna be on playback tonight. What we got on?
Who's playing tonight?
Tonight,
New Orleans,
the Thunder and the Boston Celtics,
Oklahoma City and Dallas, and Celtics.
And Boston, Cleveland.
And Chill, what game you got?
I'm doing the Celtics Cavs game.
Okay, y'all pull up, come have a good time with Chill, break bread with Chill, and go ahead and watch this good ass game too. That's gonna be on tonight. Also, before that, Open Gym is on playback too, so y'all be sure to tap into Open Gym. You know, Mars and Dama, they're gonna put on a show in typical fashion. I've heard through the rumor mill, this is the best show on Players Choice, Open Gym, when they get on playback. That's just what I heard. Don't kill the messenger. I just heard that.
You heard wrong. You heard wrong.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, you definitely heard wrong.
You'll need to tap in. We're gonna be watching them Jayson Tatum rebounds. That's what we're gonna be watching.
What time is that?
Well, the first hour of Open Gym will be on YouTube, and then the second hour. So, what time is the second hour? 3 p.m. Eastern, I think. 3 p.m. Eastern will be when we go on to playback, and we're going to be seeing some rebounds.
Dale, you as a big man, I had to listen to yesterday Jayson Tatum not blocking out, and he's a marginal rebounder because he doesn't box out and rebounds come to him. That's what I had to deal with yesterday.
But you have him here, and he's the third best player in his team this playoff.
I'm 100% confident that conversation took some years off my life.
Okay, and then if you join the playback and watch, you will see the rebounds I'm talking about, and then I will ask you, hopefully, if you show up, are these rebounds the equivalent of great skilled rebounding? And if you go ahead and lie to me and say
first and foremost, I never said that he was a great rebounder. I never said that. And what you are doing, Mars, you son of a you know what you're doing is you're trying to put him up against great rebounders like Dennis Rodman.
Like, no, I would never do such a thing.
That's exactly what you're doing.
He's just not a very good rebounder, and his rebounds aren't very impactful.
I need Dale's take on this rebounding conversation.
Yeah, I don't. It's weird. I think Jayson Tatum is a good rebounder. Like,
are you caught up to what Mars is talking about?
Well,
when he talks about
Chill said enough, and Mars trying to defend it with all Chill saying. He's basically saying the balls just falls in his lap 10 times.
Yeah.
Not 10 times. Nine
times. Not 9 times the ball falls in his lap.
Mars,
Dell, you're more than welcome to join too. You will watch it.
But
he has got 64 rebounds in this playoffs. I will promise you, 40 of them are wide open. I will promise you. I will bet any amount of money.
Okay, so the
Mars doesn't count if he blocks out.
One around him.
Well, he doesn't block
I
out.
guarantee he will box out less than 5 times.
But Mars doesn't count if he's crashing the glass, though.
If he crashes, we'll give him credit. If he comes in and he crashes and he gets the rebound, we'll give him credit. I will guarantee 40, at least 40 of his 64 rebounds come with no one around him, off a wide open jumper that just falls generally within his vicinity, and he just goes and gets it. I will guarantee.
As a small forward in the NBA, name me one of them.
He plays the 4.
He's a small forward, Mars.
He plays the 4.
And KD plays the 4 too.
Exactly.
And they're 4. And they're both 4s.
Stop comparing him to small forwards to gas up his rebounding. When on Boston, the only person who plays a position above him is Porzingis. He plays the 4. Because you're not going to say Drew Holiday, Derek White, or Jaylen Brown are the ones who are meant to get the rebounds instead. He plays the 4 for Boston.
That's not what I'm saying.
I'm clarifying. He plays the 4, but go ahead, Tel.
Okay. Let's switch it to power forward. As a power forward, give me 4 to 5 of them that you think box out.
Box out? Ooh.
Yeah.
Julius Randle. Julius Randle boxes out, I think.
Okay.
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon boxes out.
Aaron Gordon does get on the glass.
But I didn't ask about getting on the glass.
Harrison Barnes boxes out too.
As a power forward,
I'm talking about boxing out.
This is what helps me better because I thought he was a small forward, but I forgot the lineup change before
he's been the 4 for a while.
Right.
But so Aaron Gordon boxes out.
No, there are in positions to rebound because they're just down there. Like
they're just
it's not many players in the NBA honestly sitting there doing box out drills during the game. It's just
that's fine. That's fine. I'm not saying he has to box out on every rebound because no one does that in the league. Shockingly, because no one really crashes the offensive. Yeah, no one really crashes the offensive glass anymore. So there's not a lot of box outs in general. I understand that. What I am saying is when we talk about. And the problem came because Chill brought up that, Jayson Tatum's doing the other things. He's rebounding. He's getting on the glass.
He averaged 9 boards, though.
Yeah, and then I'm watching it, and I'm like, the rebound is falling right to him. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to give you credit for doing more when the ball is falling into your hands. But like, that's not you providing extra impact to the team. I'm sorry, it's not. You're not providing extra impact because you get 11 rebounds, 9 of which fall into your hands.
Yes,
like, I'm sorry, that's not extra impact. That's not impact. That's not impact.
The defensive rebound closes the defensive possession. So
if no one's around you, that's not impact.
But he got it though. It's like someone you would call it impact if a player, guard, shooting guard, small forward, get 12 fast break easy layups.
That's point.
Dale, and those rebounds lead to points on the board, Mars.
Once again, we got to clarify what his rebounds lead to doesn't change what his rebound is. What I'm talking about is when we talk about the best rebounders in the league and how good of a rebounder he is. My whole conversation has been Jayson Tatum is not as good of a rebounder as his numbers suggest. That's been my conversation. Not his rebounds aren't translating to good fast break offense for the Celtics. Not that his rebounds mean nothing. What I'm saying is he is not as good of a rebounder, and it applies to Luka Doncic too and LeBron James. They're the 3 main culprits of people just praise their rebounds and act like they're just providing this insane value because they average 9 rebounds, and then you got these guards like a Tyrese Halliburton or a Steph Curry or whoever you want to say, they average like 4 rebounds. So really their box score doesn't look as appealing because when they average 28, 4, and 7, it's not as cool as 28, 9, and 6. But really, those 9 rebounds aren't making you a better player because they're not really that good of rebounders. We are gonna go on playback in 2 hours, 3 hours. You are more than welcome to join me, whether that's on the stage or on the in the chat. When I watch these rebounds with everyone who's also going to be watching them, you are not about to tell me this is the proof that he's a good rebounder. You're not about to do it. We're going to watch it.
So for the rest of this series, if Jayson Tatum have 3 or more rebounds less, let's say 2 rebounds, you wouldn't.
Let's say he averages 6.
I don't criticize anyone for anything that happens on the box score because I watch the games with my eyes. And when I watch the game with my eyes, I can see Jayson Tatum's impact is not changing because if he gets 11 rebounds or 8.
So
that's
so
not what's changing his
that
impact.
game, and he just having 2 rebounds. You don't think that would change the game concept from you watching it for Jayson Tatum?
No, because watching him be the low man, collect open rebounds, that's not changing his impact on the game.
How far do you have to move? How far do you have to go?
Yeah,
meters or feet.
No, if you track down a rebound, I give you relative credit. But if no one else is competing for it,
is that more than 5 feet?
If no one's around you, like no competing players on the other team are around you, you can travel across the lane. I'm not moved by the rebound.
Hold on. Sometimes
I'm not blaming. See, that's the thing. I'm not blaming him. I'm not blaming him for anything. I'm saying he's not as good of a rebounder as 10 rebounds a game suggests. That's what I'm saying. Like when we hear the talking points of, oh, this guy's a 20 and 10 guy, or this guy's a 24 and 11 guy. Like, I'm sorry. Not all rebounds are created equal. Jayson Tatum being a 20 and 10 guy is not the same as Domantas Sabonis being a 20 and 10 guy. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You take into account the rebounds that I get when my teammate is right here, because there's been plenty of times where a 6'5" guard run out of nowhere and snatch a rebound from a big man. And
that's what Jayson Tatum does. He snatches them.
So Mars, let's stay with Sabonis.
And I can understand, and this is one other thing. It's clearly part of Boston's game plan for Jayson Tatum to push it up court. Clearly a part of it. It's the same thing they did for Russell Westbrook in OKC. It's clearly a part of their game plan for Russell Westbrook to go get rebounds because he can push the tempo. I understand that. But when we talk about how good of a rebounder you are, that being part of the plan doesn't mean you're a better rebounder. That just means you're a very good transition player. And that's what Jayson Tatum is. That's what Russ was. It doesn't mean you're a better rebounder.
Hold on. So Mars, let's stay with Sabonis. I'm not saying Tatum is a better rebounder than Sabonis. I'll take Sabonis in that aspect. But Sabonis 20 and 10 to you is better than Tatum 20 and 10, right? So does it?
I said it's not the same.
It's not the same. Okay, yes, it's not the same. So let's say Sabonis, 10 of his points are layups. So does the 20 points that it's more difficult for Tatum how he does it, does that help?
No, but it's the same. We understand not all points are created equally. We understand that if one player is getting all the defensive attention,
still 20 and 10.
Yeah, but that's my point. That's why my point. You've known me as long as I've been on the show. The box score doesn't tell you the full story. I've said that about points. I've said that about rebounds. I've said that about assists. I've said that about steals. I've said that about blocks. I've said that about turnovers. Every single stat on the box score at one point or another, I have said does not tell you the full story. I've said it about how many assists someone gets. I said it doesn't tell you how good of a passer or playmaker they are. I said it about turnovers. I said it doesn't tell you how bad of a playmaker someone is. I've said it about rebounds, which I'm doing now. And I've said it about points, about not all points are created equally. Someone scoring 25 points when they're the main focus of the defense and they're drawing all the attention. They're the ones who are getting the primary assignment. They're the one doing it in the half court. They're doing it down the stretch. Is not the same as someone getting DeAndre Jordan buckets, 12 points a game. It's not the same. I've been consistent saying this about every single stat of the box score. My problem is not with Jayson Tatum. My problem is not with Luka Doncic. My problem is not with rebounding in general. My problem is with people staring at the box score and using it to say a player is better at a certain thing than they are. That's been my issue as long as I've been on this platform. I'm just now focusing on the rebounding part of it. Because I'm sorry, these rebounds are crazy.
Your problem is box score.
Yes, that's been my problem. The box score watchers, not Jayson Tatum, not Luka, not the people putting up 20 points, not the people averaging 9 assists. My problem the whole time has been why the box score is misleading and people are just looking at it to make false assumptions and false generalities about a player that aren't true. When you watch them, you can see Jayson Tatum's rebounds are not the same as Bam Adebayo's rebounds. And I might be wrong. I think Jayson Tatum averages more rebounds than Bam Adebayo. But you'd be out of your mind to say Jayson Tatum is a better rebounder than Bam Adebayo, in my humble estimation.
It's like scoring.
But the rebounding numbers on the box score just at face value.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. It's like scoring, Mars. So to your point, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to, and we can move on from this in a second, but Mars, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to penalize a guy because other teams don't crash the glass. But to flip that around, I'm not.
How he does against the Knicks. If he starts getting contested rebounds against the Knicks, we'll revisit the conversation.
Absolutely.
But if a team finally starts crashing, if a team finally starts crashing, and you start seeing every time there's contact, he's not getting boards.
To be honest with you, Mars, I think he averages double-digit rebounds against the Knicks.
I would have been surprised.
Yeah,
but
I think
Mitchell Robinson being out is kind of a concern now.
You're not getting a lot of free rebounds against the Knicks.
You're not getting any free rebounds.
That's why I said when that series comes around, we will revisit the conversation.
Absolutely.
But as of today, I will tell you, I've already watched every single rebound Jayson Tatum's got in his playoffs. I did it last night. We're going to watch it again on playback for everyone else. And you guys are going to see some very interesting rebounds. That's what I'm going to say. You're going to see some very interesting rebounds.
And so
you turning into the rebound police. It's crazy.
It's really just about the box score.
I'm not digging this.
You was here when I did.
I
did the same thing about assists maybe a year ago. I did the same thing about assists maybe a year ago. I've done it about. You was here for the turnover conversation. You disagreed with me.
I like it with the assists.
But you recently you've realized where I was coming from a little bit. You're not fully on my side, but you've like I've done this about every stat on the box score at one point or another. Now it's just the rebound agenda right now. That's what it is.
I wasn't around for.
I know Ron got to get to the super chat. It's a $25 super chat. I know he's got to get to that.
I wasn't around for Mars being the eye test guy this much, so I'm pretty excited.
Oh yeah, it happens. I want to say it's been over a year now, but
welcome.
You got to remember, Mars. I used to think you were a box score merchant. I was
never a box score merchant, but I was a stat merchant. I will admit, my first like 6 months on the show.
That's what I mean.
But the box score was never my friend. I've always hated the box score, but
numbers do matter. Numbers do matter though, and production matters. It's a part of it, 100%.
I realized the floor of my ways with stats. I still understand them, but I think some of them people use them to push weird agendas. That's my problem.
Numbers matter, and the two most important numbers right now is 0-0 in the $25 super chat that he sent. He said basically them rebounds are manufactured from them boys playing perimeter defense.
And guys, not
Drew, White, and Brown.
And teams don't crash because of how good Boston are in transition, and they always they try to keep Jayson Tatum as close to the rim as possible. It's a bunch of things. It's clearly a tactical decision. I understand that.
So wouldn't that and like you just said, Mars, it's a tactical decision. Well, Jayson is one of our better rebounders. So wouldn't we put one of our better rebounders closer to the rim? So when we have guys, when we have guys like Jaylen Brown, and we have guys like Drew Holiday playing on the perimeter and they're playing great defense, he's going to be able to fish out rebounds because we can keep other guys off the glass. Like Cornette, he keeps guys off the glass. Porzingis, he does what he can to keep guys off the glass. So Jayson Tatum, he keeps his guys off the glass. So I think that's definitely a tactic because he's one of their better rebounders.
Yeah, of course. He's definitely one of their better rebounders.
And
he's just not as good of a rebounder as the number suggests.
Yes.
And he can push the pace. He can be run defense.
1,000%.
Fellas, we got a couple awards that was passed out. One yesterday that we didn't really get a chance to get into, and 2 days ago that we didn't get a chance to get into.
Cousin's a hater.
Who was my cousin? Oh, Shaq.
Yes.
Nikola Jokic was granted his third MVP yesterday, which put him in some elite categories. And also, Rudy Gobert was granted his fourth DPOY, which put him in elite category too. So I just want you guys to talk to me about both of these awards. Let's start with Jokic and his third MVP. Dale, it seems like you have a comment that you want to reference.
Yeah, I think Shaq could have had his own opinion, but he could have congratulated Jokic on winning. As many do agree with him, he could have congratulated him and not say, "Oh, I gave it to Shy. I think this, that." For the most part, and from Shaq to another center, people going to look at it how everyone view it, like, "Oh, he's hating because he only got one," or you know what I'm saying. So. Mm-hmm. Oh, Aladdin. Hey, what's up, Aladdin?
What's good, Dale?
And for the record, and for the record,
I ain't a nickname for Dale. I'm trying to think where I go by.
And for the record, Dale, he's not off
lemon pepper.
He's not. Just so you know, Dale, he's not off that. So if you saw the interview yesterday, with him and Charles, they kind of got into it because he's not off that. He thinks that there are other awards there are other MVP awards that he got slighted for.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, there's other awards that he got slighted for. So he kind of puts himself in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in his position. And I've told you guys this story in a hotel room in Sacramento in May of 2002. Me and him almost got in a fist fight, and I had to calm him down because I had to explain to him why I thought Allen Iverson was the league MVP, because he thinks that the league MVP is attached to the best player in the world. So if you're the league MVP, you're the best in the world. So if Allen Iverson is the league MVP, that means he's better than me. Whoa, hang on, big fella. That's not what they're saying. That's not what I'm saying. Well, I don't care about. I'm talking about like furniture started moving and it got a little crazy. But I do understand why he is the way he is, because there's times when the best player does win the league MVP. If you look at what let's dead the logic that Shai got robbed. I want to stop that right now. We can kill a logic that Shai got robbed. He lost to the best player on the planet. He came in second to him. I think Joker is the best player in the league. And he came in second to him, number one. Number two, Joker had an awesome season.
He did.
And when you're talking about the league MVP, just like the defensive player of the year, the reason why these awards are validated is because winning is attached to them. When you have the Denver Nuggets, who finished tied for first place in the Western Conference, winning matters. And what Joker was doing, just like what Shea was doing, winning mattered. That's why these guys were in the conversation.
Two things. Why didn't Mike Malone win Coach of the Year to you?
Why didn't he?
Yeah, I'm actually chill.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't Mike Malone win Coach of the Year?
Yeah. He got robbed. Shea got robbed.
I don't think that. Why don't I think? I think that Mark Daigneault did a better job in Oklahoma City than Mike Malone did with that Denver Nuggets team. You're talking about a young team that was not projected to be where they were. He got everything.
See where that was going.
He got. And I know where you're going with this, Dale. He got everything that he could have gotten out of that crew and more. There was nobody that expected that team to be at the top of the league, no doubt about that.
Number one in the West.
And I'm not arguing that. Absolutely not. So to your point, your logic is, well, Shea kind of did the same thing. Shea kind of
did the exact same thing. And he's the first player in the Western Conference to average over 30 points and be the number one seed and not win MVP.
Okay, sure. Now,
it's just a different NBA, though. I think it's a different NBA. I think based on Shaq's time, when Shaq was playing, the criteria kind of was, if you're first place, you're averaging 27, 28, 29, 30 plus, you're basically guaranteed the MVP. You're going to get the MVP. But now I think because of Jokic and guys like Luka putting up these kind of historic, also like box score numbers, right? The numbers are crazy, close to triple doubles. The advanced metrics love them. I do think there's kind of a shift in voting where they're kind of prioritizing maybe the overall statistical greatness. Plus, obviously, winning still matters. What Jokic had, Denver is still one of the top seeds, but I think they are prioritizing kind of the historical nature of the numbers some of these guys are putting up versus just being the leading scorer on the best team, which in 2000 was basically a guarantee for an MVP.
I don't understand SGA not winning MVP. I don't understand.
So wait, who up here believes SGA should have won MVP?
I believe SGA should have won MVP for sure.
I had Joker winning it.
I had Joker too.
Yeah,
I would have been surprised.
That one seed means a lot to me. That one seed means a lot to me.
That's the concept y'all been going for the last couple of years until Russ got it for the triple double. Everybody.
Well, Jokic won it too when he was just like a 6 seed too, right?
Which I don't think he should, to be honest with you. I didn't like that, to be honest with you. I didn't like that. But to your point, Dale, when you're at the top of the league, it's not like Denver was the third or the fourth seed. They were tied.
Second.
They were tied with them for the 1 seed. So it's not like
it's basically the same record.
Yeah, they were tied.
They had the same.
Yeah, they had the same. Yes, they had the same.
They were tied with them for the number 1 seed. And I do think that Shea not playing those last couple of games and Denver and Oklahoma City losing, I do think that matters. I said that to Ox about the 6th man of the year. That's the only reason why Malik Monk ended up losing out on it. He missed those last 10 games. And I think that swayed the voters. Because if he plays and he's still doing what he's doing, I think he wins it. If Shea, because he got hurt and he missed, I think like the last five or 7 games, I think that swayed the voters. Because if you look at what Joker was doing, I mean 26, 12, and 9. Don't get me wrong, Dale. I didn't expect Oklahoma City to be this good, but I also expected, and I don't think Joker's going to win the league MVP again after this. To be honest with you, I think this is his last league MVP because I think they squared it because he should have won it last year, and the fact that he didn't win it last year, I think they squared it between him and Joel Embiid. But the point is when you're winning, right? When you're winning and it's close, and Denver being at the top of the league the way that they are, and Joker doing what he's doing, and the impact. And I know that my good friend Mars is going to love this. Can you please tell me who led the league in VORP this year?
Oh man, that was a certain Nikola Jokic.
I'm sorry, Mars. Who led the league in VORP?
It was a certain man by the name of Nikola Jokic.
Yes, sir. And I've already gone over this really quickly, Dylan. I'll let you.
You got it.
I went back 30 years, and I have it right here in my notes. I went back 30 years. In the last 30 years, the guy who won the league MVP was in the top 3 in the league in VORP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 of the last 30 were number uno in VORP. So that would be, again, Olajuwon in 94, Dave Robinson in 95, Jordan in 96, Malone in 97 and 98, Diesel in 2000, Duncan in 2002, Garnett in 2004, James in 08 and 9, 10, 12 and 13, Durant in 14,
Such a LeBron stat.
Curry in 16, Russ in 17, Joker in 21, and Joker in 22. So I know Mars loves the Vorp stat, but
so the thing about this is so
understand what the MVP is.
Vorp loves LeBron and Jokic.
The most valuable player means exactly that. How valuable are you to your team's success? And when you're talking about Vorp, which is the value over replacement player, when you are off the floor, how much of an impact does that have on your crew? If you look at this Oklahoma City crew, how much of an impact did it have on Oklahoma City when SGA was off the floor as opposed to when Joker was off the floor?
What more could SGA do?
I really dig Vorp.
What can he do next year to win MVP?
Dale, Shea has to win like 65 games. If he won like 65 games this year, they might have gave it to him. But I also do think Showtime's point, though, him not winning it last year, people feel like him getting robbed, probably helped him this year with a couple of the voters. If Jokic won it last year, then maybe they would have gave it to Shea. I don't know if they would have wanted Jokic to win 4 times in a row. It could have been that too.
It's funny. Jokic's best season by far is the one he didn't win MVP. Like, it's just, that's so funny.
Jalen, 65 games.
If he won 65,
the Celtics were dominant this year.
They won 64
They got to 64. Do you know how good?
Jayson Tatum finished 6th. Jayson Tatum finished 6th.
It's like the year Dirk won MVP.
That's another thing I don't get. I don't want to get into
have those kind of big ones.
I've given up on the MVP in terms of the criteria. Like, I'm gonna be honest, these voters just be making it up as they go. So I don't care anymore. Like, I used to think I was one of the like Jokic shouldn't have won in 22 because the criteria has always been top 3 seed, blah blah blah. The voters don't care about that no more. So for me, the MVP, I'm just gonna from now on, my MVP is whoever plays the best in the regular season. I don't care about. They could be the 10 seed, they could be the 1 seed. I don't care. Whoever plays the best, that's my MVP. I know they ain't gonna win it because they're gonna do whatever criteria they want. But for me, every year, anytime you ask me who my MVP is, I'm just gonna say who I think is playing the best during that season. So for me, it should have been Jokic or Luka. I don't care either way. They were the 2 best players in the regular season to me. So whichever one won it, I don't care. It would have been Embiid if he stayed healthy, but he didn't. So yeah, Jokic or Luka, I have no qualms either way. Same thing with the defensive player of the year. Whoever I think is the best defender in the league should win it. I don't care about the criteria anymore. They just be making up. So yeah.
Here's this on the screen right now, so you guys can see what the votes look like. So Nikola Jokic, he did kind of run away with it. He had 79 first place votes and 926 total votes. He only had 18 second place votes. Got 2 third place votes too. SGA obviously was second. He had 640 total votes. He only had 15 first place votes, 40 second place votes, 40 third place votes. And then Luka was third. He had four first place votes, 36 second place, 50 third place, and then Giannis got 1 first, 1 second, 4 third, 44 fourth. How do you guys feel about this? Is there anything in this on this chart right here that's alarming to you guys, that stands out, or something that's just crazy? Like, man, why did this happen?
Jayson Tatum.
Him being so low or him being there at all?
Him being so low.
That's fair too for a team to win 64 games. Again, based on the historical criteria.
He played 77 games this year.
Yeah, so the numbers, what? He averaged like 20. He averaged what? 26, 27.
27 a game. He led them in rebounding. Yep.
Exactly.
Who should he be above?
No, that's something. Look, if you want to, Brunson's been more points.
Okay.
Honestly, I think he could be in front of Luka too. The top 3 could have been Joker, Shea, and Jayson Tatum. You have to understand when you guys created the criteria every year. Now these same voters is trying to change it. Number 1 in the East, and I get confused about how they give out awards now. Like they get the executive of the year, but they don't get the coach of the year. I think it should be concurrent to me.
Well, wait a minute.
Like Brad Stevens got executive of the year award.
Okay, right.
If he's the leader to put all these pieces together and getting what's the name and what they're doing. Missoula wasn't even in the top 3 in coaching because you got to go from worst to best. Okay, fine. But now you go from coaching to MVP. You get the coach, you give the coach a criteria to be the best coach in basketball to coach this team up. But your best player that helped them get that best record that performed, he's not in that.
That's dangerous though, Dell. And the reason why that's dangerous is because I can give you the ingredients, but if you don't cook the food,
but they did cook. I see what Dale's saying.
They did, but I feel like that's
a Thanksgiving feast.
Yeah, I do think in that particular situation, yeah.
Look, anyone only let's say Jayson Tatum, based on all the criteria. Let's say Jayson Tatum won MVP, right? They had all the pluses. First, best record in the NBA. His numbers fits the billing, all of that, right? Yep. Let's say with Mazzulla, coach of the year. Yeah, or we expected them. The only downfall is we expected them to come back to them because they was good last year. That's a downfall. So they would say if Mazzulla would have won, they would have like, oh, look at OKC. They came from 10 to first. But now that doesn't help Shea from doing what he did, building up to the first. So it's just it's all over the place and whatever now. Nowadays,
it is all over the place. It is all over the place.
They need to find a way to incorporate the players in some of these voting, but that's going to get messy and tricky anyway. The media going to feel like they don't have it's just all over the place. I have
Boston did get a little taxed though in terms of like their coach was never going to win coach of the year because everyone just expected him to be the number one seed in the East. They were just the expectation was there. While OKC surprising people, I think that kind of narrative definitely helps in the votes when you do a lot better than you're expected to do. Whether that's fair or not, that's up for debate. And also the Tatum thing too. Again, a lot of seasons, it's just a 2004 or 5, probably wins MVP. The numbers with 64 wins basically guarantee an MVP. But in today's NBA, like we said, the criteria just kind of changed.
Well, Mars, you said that there has been some change in the voting. The one thing that I realized that they have been consistent at, it doesn't mean that it's every year, but for the most part, consistency in the league MVP, it's been about winning. I feel like Joker was an anomaly in 22. I feel like Russ was an anomaly in 17. But for the most part, when you look at the league MVP over the last number of years, it's been a guy who's on a team that's at the top of the league. Very few teams. I think Moses is the last guy, and I was in 81. I think it was in either 81 or 82. Moses, when he won it, I think Houston was 4th. I think that was the last one. But other than that, you're talking about teams that are at the top of the league. So winning does matter. So James Harden, I mean, Houston won 65 games. Giannis, when he won it in back-to-back seasons. Milwaukee was at the top of the league. I think James would have won it that year had COVID not shut the season down because I felt like he was on his way to winning it. But with that being said, I feel like the one thing that has been consistent with the league MVP, I always felt like it was winning. And you've had a few exceptions, sure, with Denver. You've had with Joker, and you had an exception with Russell Westbrook. But for the most part, if you run down the line of the league MVPs, winning has always mattered. Just like with the Defensive Player of the Year, winning matters. And that's why these awards, they are validated because they lead to winning. We can't have a guy, unlike in baseball in 2004 when Alex Rodriguez won the AL MVP and Texas was at the bottom of the league. It doesn't validate it. Meanwhile,
he was the right MVP, though.
He was the best player in the league. No question about that. He was the best player, but they were garbage, right? Yeah. So the fact that they were bad, they don't really value that. In the NBA, they value how valuable you are to your team's success. And if you're winning, you definitely will be at the top of the list when you're talking about the league MVP.
And
this
NBA MVP for Jokic, a lot of people are high on MVPs and personal accolades. I personally am one of them because I think it shows your greatness and it shows your dominance and it shows what you were able to do. But it puts him in an elite class nonetheless. With his third MVP, Jokic he's joined Kareem, Jordan, Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, LeBron, Larry Bird, Magic, and Moses Malone as the only 9 players to have 3+ MVPs. And so, I mean, that puts him in a class of greatness, and it's just kind of shown who Jokic has been over these last few years. So salute to Nikola Jokic for that.
How many votes did DeMontis get
for MVP?
He finished in 8th place. KD finished in 9th. DeMontis finished in 8th.
Yeah, I seen he got. I think he got a first place vote. I might be wrong. I think
no, not first place. A DPOY.
He got a crazy vote for something. I don't know. Yeah. He got a defensive player.
DPOY. Yeah, that's what it was. Crazy.
But
I know KD.
It might not have been a first place vote. I might have been wrong about that. But he got a vote like way higher than he should have. Shout out to Sabonis, man. That one voter, whoever he is, I guarantee it's the same person who voted for him for defensive player of the year. That voter, Sabonis needs to give him a nice little paycheck.
And so with that being said, let's go ahead and transition. So Jokic is now in an elite class with the MVPs, but so is Rudy Gobert with his 4th DPOY. Who does that put him in contention with?
Ben Wallace and
Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace in the Dikembe.
He just passed Dwight.
Mm.
And White could have won four in a row.
How we feel about this 4 DPOY?
See, this is the thing, though. Like, we all understand, though, like Tim Duncan and Hakeem Olajuwon are better defensive players than those guys. You know, I think everyone would agree. And they don't have, and they don't have the Defensive Player of the Year award. So with DPOY, that's an award where I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna disrespect the award and be like it doesn't matter. Like, it's great these guys won it and it goes to a great defensive player. But to me, in terms of their like all-time ranks and what it means to their legacy and all that, if you watch the guys play, I don't think it means a lot.
Jalen, but I get what you're saying. But like, let's just take away the comparisons. Like, we always want to compare this guy to that guy and whatnot. Yeah. Doesn't this just show how good of a defender Rudy has been, though? How much of a staple he's been to be able to go from the Jazz to be able to go over here and still have the number one defense on all of these teams? Like, okay, he might not be better than Hakeem. He might not be better than Tim. Might not be better than Ben. But this still does show how great Rudy is. And I mean, I don't think anybody would say he wasn't deserving of the award this year. Maybe in past years.
Ron, a lot of people.
I mean, a lot of people
saying. A lot of people. We just had Lamont up here just the other day said that what's his name?
I think if you run a poll, it would be very close between Wemby and Rudy. I think a lot of people should have won DPOY. Yeah, I think a lot of people think Wemby should have won it.
The only thing with this is Rudy's still not going to get the respect he deserves. There's a couple reasons, because he cried that one time. I can't remember what he was crying for. But he cried
because he didn't make the All-Star team.
Look, there's a couple things. He cried that one time. Terrence Mann hit those threes that other time, and then he was playing with the microphone with the COVID. Those three reasons, Rudy Gobert is never going to get the love he deserves as the defensive beast that he is.
It was trendy. It was trendy to hate him. It was trendy to hate him.
Yeah, and that's just corny. That's just corny. And you know, sometimes he probably messed up somebody's parlay or something.
Like, and somebody in the comment section let me know, why do you hate Rudy Gobert so much? Like,
that's one thing I like about you, Jalen. You make parlay bets, but you don't let your parlay emotions come into your basketball takes too often.
We keep it moving.
What I'm saying? I really respect that about you, Jalen. I really do. Also, another thing I wanted to say about this series earlier, I was trying to say earlier, was I feel bad for Ant in a way. In a way, I feel bad for Ant because this is going to be perceived as Jamal Murray was hurt. That's why y'all won. You know, like I want for those reasons. Obviously, I want the Celtics to win. I want Al Horford to get that ring to establish himself in the Hall of Fame. But I wouldn't be mad if and when did that. Like, if they won the whole thing, just so we could just knock all the other conversations out. Like, tomorrow's gonna show a lot. I hope we come back on Monday to a sweep.
We come back 2-2, baby.
Swipe will be here Monday. So if it's a sweep, that's gonna
it's coming back 2-2. It's coming back.
If it's 2-2, that's
a sweep. Swiper will not be here Monday.
I'm not gonna lie. No matter what the outcome is, it's gonna be very interesting. It's either 3-1, 2-2, or a sweep. All of those outcomes very interesting. Every single one. So I'm here for it.
So that super chat that you just had, I think it's Wallace. Rudy. Yeah, I think it's Wallace. I think it's Rudy, and it's Mutombo. Because I think that the separator with Mutombo and Rudy is Rudy can actually defend on the perimeter. Rudy is really good at defending on the perimeter. He can slide his feet. He can close out. And the paint presence that he is, I think that's where the separator is. Mutombo, I think, is a better rim protector. I will say that. But I think that's
hell around that rim.
Yeah, I think he's a better rim protector. But I think the separator is Rudy on the perimeter.
So for this one, I gotta cut Rudy on this one.
Hey, I would be crazy to start Mutombo in this.
A little crazy.
Yes, you would be.
A little crazy.
Yeah, so you can start who you want if you can make a compelling case.
Right.
So Wallace was just day and night a better defender than he's done.
Make the case, Ron. Why would you start?
Because you're number one. Okay, just number one, Ron. Because I'm better. Like, I could run a race and I ran it in 9.86 and you ran it in 9.88. That does not mean that I'm day and night better than you. I beat you out. It's still close though. Hang on.
But if it's close, then Ron's not crazy.
Mars, for what it's worth, my case is simply vibes, celebrations, and simply vibes and celebrations and nostalgia.
He wants to finger away. That's it.
Bro, this right there, man. That's man. Come on,
I need that. You know, moved by Ben Wallace wearing headbands on his arms because of how swole he was.
That was crazy, Mars. That was.
I'm starting Big Ben. I'm starting Ben Wallace, but I'm saying like Mutombo's off the bench though. I got to cover this. There's no way I can take Rudy.
Mars, you mean to tell me on the jumbotron every time he gets a block or every time we go into a timeout or something, we got him up there saying no. It's legendary, you know. It's legendary.
Like that is so iconic though. My mom used to try to make me do that. Like if you get a block, I want you to do that. I'm like, nah, I can't do it. Like I didn't, you know. Mutombo, that's an icon.
That might be the most iconic like defense, like most iconic things in the NBA are offense. That's like, is there anything else defensive that you can think of that's iconic like that?
Yeah, would that be a tech today?
But that's more football though. Is it anybody in the NBA that does this?
Ron Artest used to do it, but it wasn't a signature.
Mutombo, being iconic for something on defense is impressive.
Mutombo waving a finger. Nope, I don't think so. I don't. What I don't want to do is I don't want to discount what Wemby did. I feel like Wemby is on his way to being a special defender, but I do have to take into account. And Mars was the one who turned me on to him. I didn't know who Jaden McDaniels was. I wasn't sure about who these guys were. And the fact that you have Rudy on the crew, who I think we discount when you're talking about a guy like Rudy, I think we discount how smart he is as a defender. I think we just look at him like a dude that's just out here blocking shots, a dude that's just out here standing in the middle of the paint with his hands up. I think we discount how smart he is as a defender, where when a guy is coming off the screen and Rudy hedges and he tells the guy, yo, get back. I mean, that's part of defense. Like guys don't talk about that. Sure. Rudy does that. That's the kind of stuff that makes you a great defender. Understanding how to cut off angles, understanding how to block shots without fouling, understanding how to keep plays alive, understanding how to rebound. I mean, Rudy is, I think he was second in the league this year. He was either second or he led the league in rebounding this year. One of those two. So when you got a guy like that behind you, that enhances other guys as players and as defenders, because he basically is the quarterback. He's the inside linebacker of that defense. He's telling guys where to get to. He's telling guys where to be. And if you're doing that, and I got somebody that's that smart, that's behind me, that's cleaning up my messes, that's letting me know where to go, that's enhancing our unit, which goes back to my original logic of why winning validates these awards, whether it's the league MVP or the defensive player of the year.
And that's part of my thing too. Like Rudy's defense has led a couple teams to be at the top of the league. The Wolves were right there. The Wolves easily could have got the first place this year. Next year, I expect them to be at the top of the race. So, like, his defense leads to winning. But also another thing, too, I think a lot of things that get thrown on Rudy is partially just because how he looks. Some people may say he looks kind of goofy and awkward and whatnot. But also, too, on the offensive end, I think he's not as good as you guys want him to be. So you guys tax that into his defensive end.
Better than Ben Wallace.
He is everything I need him to be on the offensive end.
Yeah, I think he's fine.
Rudy being able to make free throws in the place.
Rudy Gobert
is
on the defense.
And Rudy became a Steph Curry at the line.
Shout out to that little mini that Rudy hit too.
Oh, you see that little play he made in game one?
Hey, Rudy been getting busy in these playoffs. Mars, he went coast to coast.
I ain't gonna lie. Rudy and Jokic offensively.
I have no issues with Rudy Gobert's offense whatsoever. No issues with it at all. Chill. I do want to say when you were talking about Rudy talking on defense, that is very underrated. I don't think that's highlighted enough on defense as a team or anything. If you talk, it was a college coach. I don't know. I can't remember. It might have been Gino, but he's saying you can hear the good teams. You know what I'm saying? You know who the good teams are. You don't even got to see them. You could close your eyes and you know who the good teams are. You can hear the good teams. Even on offense. On offense, we talking. Defense, you talking. Somebody's the floor general. So you can hear the good teams. That's crazy. Like
it was Chris Paul. Actually, Chris Paul was another guy who said it. If I walk in the gym and I hear silence, I already know who's not very good. And I never understood that. Like defense, that's a huge communication is a huge part of defense.
You have to be on.
I don't know what's going.
Yeah, you have to.
And that's your man, Coach Hurley. My high school coach. He was at the gym for for the March Madness, where like the practice facility where all the teams were coming in. And he on Facebook he met Who was that? No, that wasn't him. That was it don't either way. I read it, I seen somebody was talking about it, and they were talking about the preparation and just the talking on the teams, and you could, you know what I'm saying, who's ready just by vocal. And I just wanted to just highlight that because when you said it kind of just went quick. That is a huge on the defensive end. If you're not talking to your defense,
Coach Hurley, his father, when we played, you get taken out of the game if you ain't talking. Get off the floor. You're not helping us.
Yeah.
God, we had to talk to each other because you don't know what's going on next to you. You don't know what's going on behind you. You have to talk to each other. Ox, screen, Ox. Ox, get through it, Ox. Ox, I'm right behind you. We got to talk to each other. If we're not talking to each other, that big man back screen you, and I'm standing right there, you can't see that. If I don't say anything to you about it, then that's my fault. Right. Ox, let me through the screen, Ox. Screen on the right, Ox, let me through it. Foot to foot,
Right.
Ox, switch. Stuff like that. If we're not doing that, if we're not talking to each other, we're not a very good defensive team. No way.
That's why I think KG and Draymond Green was so good. Like, I think that's the thing that people don't talk about. KG and Draymond Green, to me, they're like, I'm not down on the floor, so like obviously that's probably like communicators who I never really recognized. But those two, even just watching it, you can see they're quarterbacking the whole defense, everything. What everyone else is doing, what they're doing. They make life so much easier. I think they should. You got
to have a coach on the floor, and it might be your point guard on this end going this way. A lot of times it's your one of your big men that's the better defender on this end of the court that's saying everything. The thing about KG, what they were talking about is a lot of times the way you talk, people just think you're talking shit.
You're not,
and you really communicate like Ron. Like back when me and Ron was playing together, I'm talking shit, but I'm talking to Ron like. You know what I'm saying?
That's the beauty of it though, too. Because well, at least with me, I still am talking shit.
Right.
Like,
right.
I ain't doing nothing. I don't need, like last night I was hooping. I'm like, I don't need no help. No help. I got this. No help. Like I'm letting the offensive player know, like I'm locking you up, but also I'm letting my defense know, y'all stay home. We not going. Y'all don't need to help with me and give up a uncontested three.
And I feel like
it's a cutter. It's nothing. Don't worry about him.
And I feel like that's where the separator is, like with Rudy right now, because Rudy is the quarterback. He is the middle linebacker on that defense. He is the guy that's calling out screens. He is the guy that he's not just out there not talking to these guys. He's definitely talking to these guys. Wemby, on the other hand, I don't think Wemby understands that yet. That's why I think he's going to be so damn good, because as good as he is right now, wait till he actually understands terminologies, understands how to rebound, understands how to block shots without fouling, understands how to get guys through screens, understands how to communicate with his better or his worst defenders, and understand how to protect those guys. Wait till he understands that. It's going to be something completely different. It's not just him just being out there with his hands up and I'm just the biggest guy out here and I'm just swatting shots away. No. Wait till he gets that in his game.
I saw with the chat, I think it might have been on Chill with Chill. I saw with the chat, I got upset with you for saying that, because they took you saying that as if he can't win the award because he's not as good as he's gonna be yet. They're not understanding that you're saying like he's not over Rudy yet, but when he gets all these things, I'm assuming you're saying he's gonna surpass Rudy.
I think that me and Miles already had this conversation. I think him and Evan Mobley are going to be the class of frontline defenders over the next decade. I think it's going to be those two. And like I talked about with Miles, I never felt like the two guys that I equated it to was David Robinson and Olajuwon. I never felt like David Robinson was a better defender than Olajuwon, but I felt like he played at that level. And I feel like Evan Mobley is going to play at that level. I'm not sure that he'll be a better defender than Wemby, but I feel like he'll play at that level.
Wait a second, Chill. I'm not. Hold on. You said Evan Mobley and Rudy Gobert. Cause we respect Domantas Sabonis and his defensive player.
Exactly. Hey, Domantas Sabonis did get defensive player of the year, bro. We got.
Whoever gave him a vote needs to explain himself.
We gotta acknowledge that.
No, y'all need to watch Domantas. I'm trying to tell
you. That vote was deserved. That vote was deserved.
He moves his feet. He stays vertical.
I'm not mad at that, but it's a bonus.
So it's a poll, right? Well, I just ran the poll. Mars asked me to run it. It was Wemby versus Gobert, and the chat actually chose Wemby as the defensive player of the year this year. So shout out Wemby. Maybe he did get robbed after all. But what I do know is that we'll be on playback today. We got a jam-packed, eventful day here at Players Choice. Obviously, we on the panel right now. Next, we got Open Gym and It's going to be an hour on YouTube and then an hour on playback critiquing Jayson Tatum's rebounding specifically. And then after that, what's coming on after that, Jalen?
From the logo, 6 p.m., PC's best kept secret. Come pull up through. I might be a little late, but we'll see.
And that's at 3 Eastern. And then after that,
hey, Mars, come hang out. I'm gonna be a little bit late, but come hang out.
Yeah, the team will be there.
we back on playback after that for the first game tonight, which is the Cavaliers and the Celtics. And lo and behold, it will be Chilltown Hoops. And then right after that on playback.
Hey, let's go. Dallas, Luka comeback game, baby. We got to shut all the haters up. Luka masterclass incoming. Join me for the Dallas game. Everybody pull up. Ron, Mars, Chill, Ox, if you're free, pull up. It should be a good one.
Pull up at 2:30 a.m.?
Yeah, your time is kind of crazy. Not gonna lie. 9:30 p.m. Eastern.
All right, fellas, and we're going to get our predictions for these games. I got to knock down some of these super chats, and then I got to hear from you guys who's winning tonight. I heard Jalen just say he got big hopes and predictions for Luka, so we'll see about that.
That's just the money talking, right? That's just the money talking.
Styles Blackman sent through the super chat. He said PG's game isn't the problem. His mindset is. Boy said he was okay with failure right after getting smoked at home in the playoffs. Get him out of here.
See ya.
His game can also be the problem.
Being okay with failure thing is just like it's a loss. On to the next one.
Yeah, would you like? I don't think that means he's not gonna try and get better. I just think it's like it's happened. What can I do about it now? Like it's already happened. It's like okay.
Adam West said, "I hate the way Ticket uses Jamal Murray to tear down Jokic just to push just to push his hate against Jokic. It boils me, yo."
People have been waiting for Jokic to have a little down stretch because they basically I was here, the propaganda against Jokic in 21 and 22 and the 23 regular season. I was here all through it when I was saying Jokic is one of them ones that he's not impactful, he can't do this, he can't do that. Then they won, and then everyone just shut up for a whole year. But now they're losing in the postseason. They just going back to what they were saying 2 years ago. I don't mind it though. It's cool.
Mars. That's not even. You know how when you get into it with somebody, and then you driving somewhere later, and you think, man, I should have said this. You know what? Are y'all forgetting that Ticket just had Jokic 12 all time?
Yes, he
12
did.
or 13, yeah, above very high. I remember, yeah.
The 113 it was 12 for sure. So now it's just a back and forth flip flop. I'm not doing this.
Ticket has Jokic higher rule time than everyone up here. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah, I don't even have that. I want to say I've never seen a narrative change on a player this quick in 2 games after having
because the haters have always thought it, but because he won, they couldn't say anything.
I guess so.
But now he's losing. They're getting out all the anger they had for a whole year.
I hear you. Especially after he's already won. Like the closest thing I could think of is like 2011 LeBron, but he hadn't won yet. So some of the narrative talk, I guess, was more deserved. But this is crazy. Jokic
2011 LeBron was a bum.
No, he's still in the finals. I mean, other parts he was all right.
Kwabe said, one of these days, Dale gonna slide KD that StreamYard link, and Ticket gonna have to call him a punk to his face. Laughing my ass off.
Yo, Mars, Ox,
man.
The day that we sitting in here and KD pops up, I am going to lose it. I'm telling you right now, that would be so dope.
I don't think KD just want to deal with that. I can barely deal with it, and it's not even about me. So if it was actually about me, I'm not gonna lie.
KD gonna pull up the PC soon too. I don't know if it's gonna be on this. I don't know if it's gonna be on
KD. If you listening, pull up, fam.
I don't know if it's gonna be on Chill with Chill. I don't know if it's gonna be on Open Gym.
Man, it needs to be on. It needs to be on the blacktop.
Hey, trying to really hoop like that. I mean, get
the ones with KD. No, and I'm not. No, I don't want the ones with KD. I'm cool. I'm talking about when we put this PC team together. I don't understand what y'all doing, Ron. Man, we supposed to have a PC team going from park to park, from pro-am to pro-am.
And the videos.
So they just sent me the script for the summer right here. It's in this envelope that I still haven't yet opened. Well,
hey Ron, I got to bounce.
But I haven't looked.
Fellas, I'll see y'all.
All right, Chill.
I knew that was in the script too. That Chill had to leave, and you know.
Yeah, man, we supposed to be on that, man.
You can't even hoop. Talk about putting the team together. You can't even hoop.
I get surgery.
What you gonna play how Jordan was playing on that one leg in that series?
Nah, but I'm saying I'm talking about for the summertime. I'm not talking about right now. You know what I'm saying? When Shaq come home, we got Shaq, Dale.
Shaq not coming home. Dale is retired. Tickets not coming back from the DR. You have to get surgery. Swiper wants to lift weights.
It's up to you and me, Mars, to lead the team.
See what I'm saying?
Buckets. We good.
We got Dub and J Rob.
Mars ran Dub off. We don't have Dub anymore.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
Yo, Mars is disgusting, yo. Cruiser Nation 3. Sending my thoughts and prayers Dub's way too. He's going through a personal crisis, but salute to Dub. We love you over here. Much love to you and your family.
Thoughts and prayers.
But Cruiser Nation 3, the dog cage, said KD just proved just proved this in 21. Went to Game 7 with Joe Harris and carried that hurt Brooklyn team.
Won one game, but what?
Bro, KD was 2 inches away from hitting that 3-point shot for them.
Hey, 2 inches is a lot, man. 2 inches is a lot, man.
Apparently, it makes a difference
for real.
Yeah, man. Come on.
The Flame said that comment from Shaq was disgusting. Jokic deserves a public apology. Jokic though.
I don't think it was that deep.
Yeah, I don't think it was that deep. I think he kind of said it the right way too. He's like, I still respect you, got it. And he just said, yeah, you didn't feel like
my biggest issue. Like, if he said he didn't think Jokic deserved it, and then he said it to Jokic's face, I think that's fine. I think saying it behind his back and then not saying it to him is a bigger problem than saying it to him after you've already said it. I think that's fine. My issue is, why are you making about when you think you got robbed 19 years ago?
He always brings that up. He always brings that up. Steve Nash.
Like, same thing with Rudy's defense. Oh, I think I should have won it. Like, okay, this ain't about you. Like, that's why I'm like, okay, we reaching. But you say it, you say it to his face after you already said it. I don't really have a problem with that. Like, I don't think you probably should have said it at all. But if you are gonna say it, at least say it to him as well. Like, at least, like, that's fine with me. But making it about you and how you should have won it because of Steve Nash, which I guess, but saying it twice as well, like you deserve the 06 MVP. Lost your mind. But whatever.
Styles Blackman with yet another super chat. He says, so if rebounds are always just falling right to him, why don't he get credit for being in the right position then?
Well, we're gonna watch him. Like, if the ball comes off the rim and he's standing there and no one else goes to it and he just goes and picks it up, that doesn't make you a better rebounder. That's what I'm saying. Like, he still gets the rebounds, it still counts on the stat sheet, all of those things. But I'm just saying, 10 rebounds doesn't mean you're a better rebounder than someone getting 6 rebounds. That's what I'm saying.
I hear what you're saying, Mars. Is the sample size enough? Like, I hear in the playoffs, maybe it happened. Maybe it's just like in the playoffs.
Oh, we're only watching the players because people don't want me to watch every rebound he got this season. I will happily do it for the whole regular season too. You'll see the same thing.
Mars, you will sit back and watch.
I was gonna say,
you would rebound to prove a point.
You just watch.
It took me like 25 minutes to watch and tally all 64 rebounds he got in the postseason.
How did you go in 25 minutes? They got a video of all his rebounds, or you just
no, you can go on. I'm gonna do it on playback. Everyone gonna watch with us. It's not that difficult. Yeah, I didn't watch every game, and then
I was gonna say, I
didn't do that. That would have took me 11 hours.
Yeah, so I was wondering.
Cultured Saunders said, "Please ban Mike. That meat muncher is a nuisance. Is a nuisance and types all caps for no reason. Turn caps off, dummy." Damn, Mike, you are.
Mike be annoying in the chat. He be acting like he ready to cook anyone. I send the link on Open Gym. He ain't joining. Like,
a lot of chat warriors. You know the chat warriors.
Hey,
yelling in the chat, and it's time to do something. You don't want to do nothing.
All caps is crazy in the chat.
I mean, every message.
Every message.
And then you just acting like you ready to cook everyone, begging for the link on the panel. Like, you really think you got motion? Like, that's just sad.
Yo, Mike, I love everybody in the chat. Except for a couple goofies. But for the most part, I love everybody in the chat. But Mike, my only thing is, if you gonna type that hard, just take your black forces off. All right. Do some yoga or something, breathe. Like you don't gotta beat up your keyboard like that. Take it easy. It's all right. We're gonna get your message one way or another. But salute to Mike for being in the chat. And you shouldn't go out like that, let him call you a meat muncher. That's crazy. G.I. Bam said, how was Shaq the MVP, though, the years Steve Nash won? I'm confused. Been confused with that one. Shaq be hating.
The 05 one was close. If I remember correctly, like that was one of the closer MVPs. It was between Nash and Shaq. Nash won it, but like the first place votes, I think I'll check because I don't want to give misinformation, but I'm pretty sure it was like separated by like 10 votes or something. But the 06 one, Shaq wasn't even in the running. Like 06 Shaq, I'm not one who's like, oh, he got carried by Wade, but he wasn't in the MVP discussion. He wasn't even close to the MVP discussion. So I don't know where he got that one from. But the 05 MVP race, Steve Nash got 65 first place votes and Shaq got 58. Like it was a very, very close race. Steve Nash won by 44 MVP points. Like that's
it was
like
close. But Shaq always said to anytime he mentioned that 05, he's like, I was 27-12. You weren't.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Yeah. He was like 23 and 10 or something.
Exactly. Yeah, he was closer to 20. And even that season, like he probably has 8 to 10 better seasons.
And then 06, he wasn't even top 10. D Wade finished above him. D Wade came sixth. Shaq wasn't even in the discussion. So I don't know why he thinks Nash robbed him of 2 MVPs. Like that makes no sense to me. If you want to say 05, I'm fine with Shaq because Shaq came to that Heat team and that Heat team leveled up, similar to how Nash did with the Suns. So I can understand that. But the 06 one, he just reaching.
I mean, I don't understand Shaq. Shaq had too good of a career. He was too dominant to always be hating. He be hating.
He said it's because the bigs before him hated on him, so it's a rite of passage in his eyes.
Oh,
so his hate is by way of it's like that.
Yeah, he said Kareem and Wilt used to hate on him because he hadn't won anything yet. So he's doing that for the bigs of today. It's a rite of passage to show that in order for you to get to this level, the way they hated on me and pushed me, I'm trying to push you. He said he did it for Dwight.
It's a form of endearment.
Yeah, like, that's what he said.
I do think
though, McGee, but
a lot of people who'd be talking to, whether like on TV or whatever, they don't rank him as high as I think as we do. Because everyone here, I think, has him top 10 all time. I have him third all time. It's pretty high, but a lot of people here have him top 7, top. Like,
I got him fifth.
Yeah, fourth, third, fifth. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times on TV, someone will be like, he borderline top 10.
Yeah, because people judge Shaq, and this is the thing that bothers me, and they've done it with LeBron. People judge players relative to what either they expected of them or what they used to be. Shaq gets held in lower regard because they thought he could have been more. But what he already was is still better than damn near anyone who ever played. Fact. So you shouldn't hold him back because he could have been better. Acknowledge what he was and how good that player was. So what if he could have took his body health more serious? So what? What he gave you is already better than these people that you have him below because he could have done more. I think it's dumb to hold players to an expectation you had of them, and because they don't meet it, you rank them lower. Just look at them for what they are. I think that's the best way to do it, and they don't do that.
For me, it's like Shaq started his dominance right after I actually start sitting down watching full games with my pops. Like before that, I was in and out. You know what I'm saying? I'll watch the game, I'll go, but when I, like around like 99, I can finally sit down.
It started before that.
Well, no, I'm saying like before.
He's saying Shaq was in his peak, like right when he got into.
So you know what I'm saying. So like when I'm like 7, 8, that's when like I can finally actually sit down. You know what I'm saying. So when it gets to like 99, I'm like, okay, I can sit down and watch the whole game. And so I'm watching. That's like the first thing I seen was Shaquille O'Neal and what he's doing. Like that's. I still haven't ever seen anything like that.
To that point, that's the best person you ever seen. He's like the first, you ain't never seen nothing like that.
I mean,
you weren't watching like as intently with peak MJ as you were with Shaq,
no, because I'm like 97 MJ.
Yeah, you're like
I really was able to really like
yeah.
I think Shaq from his rookie season, he could have been the best player. He could have been the best player championship team. He built the right team around him from his rookie season.
I mean, Jalen with that, I got Shaq at 4, but it's only if we're drafting and I got everybody in a pool to start a franchise, it's only one player I'm taking over Shaq.
Kareem.
I'm not mad at that. LeBron James.
All
right, let's move on.
Bill Russell.
Kevin Garnett in my top 10 now, though. Kevin Garnett.
I'll take Jordan. I'll take Jordan or Tim Duncan over Shaq. And that's
I don't even think about Tim Duncan. With
all
due respect.
Jordan and Timmy D.
DSG Piccolo said, what we need to talk about is who the fuck gave Sabonis a vote for DPOY. Ox, was it you?
Nah, but some sound
is it true?
Some sound-minded citizen did the right thing. I wish more people had the balls to do what's not cool. You know what I'm saying? Because he deserved more than that, honestly. He put in
next
work
year. He's
on
my preseason favorite. I'm not gonna lie. Next year, he's my preseason favorite.
I wouldn't put no money on that, Mars, but
I mean, they'll probably be pretty good odds.
I was gonna say the odds might make it worth it.
Be True 23 said, "How would y'all rank the remaining head coaches in the playoffs?"
Oh, that reminds me. I did some research, did some digging on why Chris Finch was ranked number 23. I didn't think anyone else was going to do it. That's on me, guys. That's on me. It's on me. I watched the video. Yeah, I watched the video. I was the one who said I'm not really moved by Chris Finch. That was me. I was.
So you voted for him? That's when.
No, wait. No, it was. I watched the video. It wasn't we one person by one we picked. It was a more like agreed upon list. I was the one who pushed Chris Finch's name. I said I'm not really moved by him, but I also did say I thought it was at a point where there wasn't really any bad coaches left. But it is on me that Chris Finch got brought up that late. So I want to apologize to Chris Finch. I didn't think anyone else was going to look it up, so I could have just let that get hidden by history. But I feel
accountability.
Yeah, I feel like it's on me. I was wrong. I was wrong with Chris Finch. I don't know why I wasn't moved by him.
With that being said, though, Mars, nobody had him this high. And I can't wait to do the end of the year coach rankings just to see where he lands. Because I mean,
he high now. I can guarantee I'm putting him high for sure. Yeah, my bad, Mr. Finch. My bad.
Easy MB became a member today. Shout out my man Easy. Appreciate you for coming through. KP also became a member. Welcome to the party, yo. Shout out to all the members this episode. Shout out to the members last episode. Shout out to the members from day one that are still members today. Salute to y'all. I also got a members chat from, well, you guessed it. He's been a member for 10 months. Styles Blackman in the house. He said, every time Tatum's name comes up, Thugnificent pops in my head. I be thinking, what did he do to make them niggas that bad? Why do y'all hate him so much?
I think the people dislike him because they put him in the MVP conversation when they think he shouldn't have been. And then they put him in the top 5 conversations when they think he shouldn't be. I think if you're trying to accuse me of being a hater because of this rebound thing, I think you lost your mind. I don't think I hate Jayson Tatum. I'm just anti-box score right now, and Jayson Tatum's just being used as an example. So I apologize, Jayson Tatum. If you want me to use Luka for the example, I'll do it. Or LeBron or someone else. Way to go. Yeah, if you want me to use Luka, like the example still holds weight if I say Luka's name. It's the same thing for me.
Keep it with Jayson Tatum.
It's the same thing for like it's not about me pushing anti-Tatum agenda. It's anti-box score telling lies agenda. That's really what it is. But Jayson Tatum just averages 10 rebounds, so I'm using him as an example.
I think people hate Tatum because people think he's just been given a golden spoon right from the get-go when he got to the NBA because he's been in a good position in Boston. He hasn't had to get it out the mud, quote unquote, right? I just think that's what it is.
I do think some people do lie about him though. Like he wasn't the best player on that 18 Celtics team. Like people give it like, in my opinion, respectfully, Al Horford. Like I don't know to tell you, Al Horford was the best player on that team.
Not mad at that.
But he's like the revisionist history as he was the one who dunked on LeBron. He was the one averaging 20. So all of that, he gets all the credit. But for me, like I think it starts from there. For me, it's like he wasn't the best player on that team. And then when he developed, I think people were like, when it's a young player, they're very quick to push them to a level I don't think they're at yet. And then when they don't meet that level, you end up just tearing them down. I'm like, you don't like if Anthony Edwards doesn't win a ring this year or next year, the way he's going to get torn down when he's 25 with no ring is going to be sad. It's going to be sad to see.
If he loses this series,
20 at a young age too.
The way they're going to tear him down is going to be sad because Luka was getting all the love in 21 and 22. Then they missed the playoffs last year. And then now look, Luka doesn't do this. He doesn't like the way they're going to tear him down is going to be sad.
Rambo E 1996 said, I'm convinced the Pacers are front runners.
I think they need more Halliburton and McConnell minutes together.
Rick Carlisle's obsessed with shooting. He doesn't want to put McConnell out there with Halliburton because
that's crazy though. That's crazy.
I think
Nembhard had to sit down for a little bit.
Yeah, McConnell.
I think Nembhard's playing good defense. Brunson's just killing him. Like, I actually think he's playing good defense. Like I'm not mad at the defense.
Did we have that Brunson Melo conversation? Did I miss that? That's the top. That people are trying.
When you come back through tomorrow, Jalen, we can possibly have that conversation.
TJ was playing good defense as well.
TJ be sitting down.
But y'all remember TJ. That's what TJ was known for. When he was with the Sixers, TJ has always been known for his defense.
He was playing defense at Arizona. He'd been playing defense. One thing he does.
Arizona. Thank you, Marcus. I'm trying to remember. I kept trying to remember yesterday. Like, man, where did TJ go to college? I kept
Yeah,
thinking
he played with Aaron Gordon. He played with but he played 4 years there.
Right,
so you know,
right.
Arizona always putting out one and done.
He was a transfer though. He I don't know how many years he played at Arizona. It might have been 2 or 3, but he was a transfer.
I remember. I thought it was Kansas for a second.
Makai White said Julius and 5 first-round picks for Laurie.
The Knicks have 5 picks.
Crazy for Laurie.
5?
One contender needs to go and get Lowry. One of them. I don't know who, but someone needs to go.
If you want to do like Randall and 3 first rounds for Booker, I'm okay with that. For Laurie,
they don't really need.
I'd rather get Markkanen than Booker for the Knicks.
I want Laurie for them.
I mean, look, Booker. Brunson needs help. He definitely needs someone to help in the scoring bracket who can create his own shot.
He got help. What are y'all talking about? He gets help.
No, hold on.
When you got 4 or 5 other guys that score 10 to 16 points.
They were hitting shots. But did you see that offense when he was off the floor? Did you see the offense off the floor?
Right.
But Tim doesn't want him off the floor. So who cares?
When is he off the floor?
Tim's gonna play in 44 minutes. So
that's fine.
We need Devin Booker for the 4 minutes. Brunson ain't there. No,
I know that's fine. But
Pacers 6.
He has tons of help. He has tons of help.
He has a good team around him. But he doesn't have creators. He doesn't have guys who can create their own shots. So when he doesn't have it going on, man, like Dante DiVincenzo, again, great. He was hitting shots. OG was hitting the shot, even though he struggled for most of these playoffs with the shot. He had a kind of a breakout game last game. They're not self-creators. And I think against a good team, a good defense, that's a problem.
If I'm on the wing and Dante DiVincenzo drives baseline, so it's going to take a couple passes, Jalen. Check me out. If Jalen Brunson's dribbling the ball like he does, he's dribbling air out the ball, he penetrates the defense, kicks it out to Dante at the top of the key. If I'm then on the wing and Dante catches the ball, swings it to me, the guy closes out on me, I either jab step or pump fake, and then I beat him off the dribble. That's good offense. Then that's not Jalen Brunson creating the shot for me. That's just Jalen dribbling the air out the ball. Then we move the ball for a couple seconds. I created that shot. The offense credited that shot. That's a lot of what we're seeing. I think we're giving Jalen too much credit for guys catching. When Josh Hart takes somebody off the dribble, off of a kick out, and then a swing, Jalen Brunson is not necessarily creating that. He is in a sense like getting the offense generated.
Yeah, getting the offense going.
You know what I'm saying? That we can all do that if we pass the ball and move it. Josh Hart creates his own shot right there.
I saw when Brunson was off the floor,
one man fast break Josh Hart. I mean, that's so crazy.
Fellas, I gotta get through these super chats. We only got a couple of minutes left. The Quay White says, "Swiper, stop trying to argue logically with Ticket." Tay Evans said, "Ant would kill SGA 1v1." Swiper, no swiping said, "Chill." The same dude who said LeBron carried in 07.
Played a big role.
JJWAD said KD was the only good shooter on OKC.
James Harden could shoot.
Facts.
Kwabe said Tabo Cephalosha.
Good defender.
Shout out Tabo. Alan L said the people aren't enjoying this yap sesh.
I was not.
Y'all were yapping?
I was not enjoying the yap sesh at all.
Your Highness Charles said Chill called Brunson a role player. I got the tape.
That's crazy. I mean, everyone plays the role. Everyone plays the role technically. Yeah. So with that,
no one expected Brunson to be this either. Like this Brunson, no one
at the beginning.
This, I don't think anyone expected this. I did think he was very good. I just didn't expect this.
His scoring is beyond moving me. I'm flabbergasted. The way he's able to just get a bucket out of nothing through the defense, one-on-one, in transition. His shot making ability is just ridiculous.
Amazing. Yeah, he's amazing.
This the problem though. We got to be careful with Jalen Brunson though, because if he has any time where there's just a lid on the cup, he's overrated. It's gonna look terrible. The ball's going in, and it's not always gonna drop like this. He's on the heater, and I hope it stays like this. But I mean, sometimes there's gonna be a lid on it though. So.
Ox, it won't stay like this while he's in Indiana. I'm gonna put it like that.
It's
just Jose said. Ticket Brunson narrative flip should be studied.
Yeah, he went from not a top 15 point guard to Becky Hammond said something to now he's the second coming. Okay.
Your Highness Charles, Ticket got cooked, just afraid to admit it. Cultured Saunders said, remember when Ticket said KD was a sign and trade? That
Yeah, that's crazy.
I forgot about
W
that.
taking for standing.
Hey, hold on, who was that against? That was against UOX or you?
It was against Chill.
Oh,
It was against
Chill.
It was against
Oh,
Chill
yeah.
on that event. He was one of the signing
Yeah.
trade. Then he brought up Andrew Bogut going to Dallas or something. I was like, oh.
Not mad at it. W content.
That was beautiful.
Cruiser Nation, the dog cage said that trade saved Levert's life. Thank God.
Man,
Oh, yeah, it
facts.
did.
Oh, they
Yeah.
found him.
Facts.
Nick
Team
Tri-State
was-
said Rick Bucher exposed LaFraud.
What did Rick Bucher say?
I don't know. Something about PEDs, probably.
He's going.
Your Highness Charles said, Ron, I sent another 25. Well, send another 25. Nah, but in all actuality, I appreciate you, Your Highness Charles. Thank you for sending that through. Big Don Rich said HGA led the league in steals. Both sides matter.
Leading the league in steals doesn't mean you're a very good defender. Now,
Yeah,
Shea
I know
is. Shea is a good defender. Now, probably overrated. I saw him get some defensive player of the year votes. Insane. But he might be the fourth best defender in their starting five.
Facts.
That
He's
says
not
a
better than
lot.
Lou Dort.
Like
Not better
Giddy
than
is the
Jalen Williams,
worst,
Giddy.
obviously, but he might be it's him and J-Dub. Like Lou Dort and Chet are the top two.
Yeah.
J-Dub
And
is
then
sitting- J-Dub is
J-Dub,
a dog.
like-
J-Dub is real.
Yeah, like him being the fourth best defender in their starting five, like
Yeah, getting a defense
Now,
player of the
now
year.
with that being said, though, Mars, like I'm with you. Steals don't make you a good defender, but bad defenders don't lead the league in steals. Though.
Allen Iverson led the league in steals. No.
now
Now,
I've
well, now,
heard Steph has led the league in steals before, and he was pretty unanimously considered a bad defender the year he led the league in steals.
was he? I mean, but you're still playing passing lanes. You know what I'm saying? You might be you might not be able to match what.
Yeah, you might not be bad in that
physicality.
aspect of defense,
Yeah.
but defense as a whole, you might still be bad. Like you can be good in one aspect of
Okay.
defense and still be a bad defender. Same way you can be good at one aspect of offense and be a bad offensive player.
Yeah, I could dig that. I could dig that for sure.
Mhm.
MW said, should LeBron have won over Harden in 2018?
I've been said James Harden should have 4 MVPs. So
I think James Harden should have won in 2018.
at least 3. James Harden should have at least 3 MVPs in my mind. And
LeBron should have
2018,
won.
I think,
LeBron should have won over Derrick Rose. That one, but
Last but not least, Alan L said, Mars has lost some aura since he shaved.
the clean shave.
I didn't want aura anyway. Overrated.
All right, y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. It's just going to be a better show with a better crew and a better time. So y'all pull up.
More yapping.
Open gym. Yeah, a lot more yapping. It's going to be grade A yapping tomorrow. But open gym is not
That's
next.
yapping.
It's now. Y'all know the drill. Go jump over to their stream. Like this stream on the way out. Like that stream on the way in. We'll catch y'all tomorrow.
Merry Christmas, guys.
And